It's coming.
Hey everybody, Dave here, and we got Gerry from GWETF channel on this Mother's Day Sunday. I feel like a podcaster talking like that. I don't know if people are still getting together with their moms at this time of the day or not. So if you are, you can just watch the replay. Most likely it happened kind of early in the day. But I don't know. So happy Mother's Day to all the mothers out there. Happy not a Mother's Day, which came from that was happy not a Father's Day. That came from one how I met your mother. But there is people that are not mothers too. So and that's fine. Hope you called your mom, talked to your mom. I talked to my mom already, and we did have Randy pass away on Saturday on Thursday. And that kind of shocked all of us, some of us a little bit more just because we knew him a little bit better, but we did talk to him last Saturday, so it was kind of good to see him last Saturday one last time, and it did catch us off guard a little bit, but kind of not too at the same time, because he had sent him going into the hospital all the time for the last several months, and everything was fine, so it did shock us a little bit. But we're gonna all miss Randy. We will, keep the Discord going. I don't know what's going to happen to the Facebook group or anything like that yet, but we're going to, basically pass the message, carry the torch on, as Gerry likes to say, with everything that he started, everything he did in the community. And, I would have been a bitch about it all. He never complained at all about anything, really. He always would joke about anything, if anything, right? Tesla tanked one day, and I literally busted his balls about it. I'm like, that's what gave you a heart attack. And he's like, no, it was 40 years of cheeseburgers. So that's just Randy. If you knew Randy a little bit, off of a scripted video or something like that, then he was a pretty jokester guy. Getting him to swear was kind of one of the best things I could try to get him to do, because it was hilarious when he did swear, and just get him to kind of snicker, but I'm not going to dwell on about it. We're all going to miss them. Join the Discord there. There's 500 and almost 50 people in there now, with an average about 5 to 10 people joining every single day. And there's a lot of experience in there. Any people from just starting out, never even placed a trade in options at all, to people with, over 10 years experience like myself. And I believe there's many others in there with over 10 years experience as well. People way smarter than I am. Not quite as smart as Gerry, but definitely a lot smarter than me. So it's free. There's no cost to join it. Check it out. We'll put the link down here in it's actually down in the description. The link is over here. If you're a Facebook group person, that's fine. There's over 3,000 people in there as well. I don't really follow that crowd. It's not as personal, in my opinion. It's not one-on-one. So it's just not something I'm in there. I just don't really communicate much in there. But Gerry, you want to talk about Randy at all, or you want to say anything?
Yeah, I just pretty much continuing on what you said. It just we'll miss Randy. It's we were talking about it last night. It's kind of amazing to me what he really wanted, and that was community. And it was amazing to me what he actually created, because he kind of played the background as well, right? Because to gather 4,000 people on the Facebook group, 500 people on Discord, without really being out there, right? He didn't really was super active, right? So it was amazing how he brought everything together, and it's working. It's working. So I think it's an honor to just keep it going for him, because that's what he craved, was sharing knowledge. He craved community and all that. And like you touched on with the Facebook group, that one's up in the air, because I don't know if a group can continue without an admin. Randy was the only admin in that group. So there's moderators, but I don't know if there's updates or something that just require an admin permission to do. It might go away. I don't know. But definitely, I think the Discord is a lot more personable. A lot of knowledge in there. Join it. You won't regret it.
Yeah, that's well said. Just to answer a couple of these questions here, Randy just turned 59, by the way, very young, lots of life left. He just retired a couple of years ago. I don't get a real, basic information of his history, but he's had health issues for the last several years. So this was this was an unscheduled event, unfortunately, but he's preparing, and we kind of knew his health had declined just because we saw him every week. He was very young. It wasn't COVID, although he did have COVID too, but wasn't he never really seemed to affect him. The COVID did, but it wasn't that. It was something else. So yeah, it was his heart. I don't know. It could have been. He went in. Yeah, he had heart surgery and all that. So, anyways, let's not talk about all the bad parts of Randy. We don't know all the details anyway behind that. There is supposed to be a funeral next Saturday. I don't know any of the details. I don't even know if we're invited into that stuff. I'm sure there's like a limit on Zoom anyway. So I don't know. But let's see here. Just like Gerry said, he did like crave community so far to the fact that he actually created a meetup group, I think, or joined one of those. he can only get one person to show up or something like that. So this whole YouTube thing in general, just the YouTube channel and the live streams, because I think the first time I saw him was an independent investors channel. And, this is kind of his way to, just kind of talk shop without getting some dumb, dirty looks that he would always get from other people that, really don't want to talk about this stuff 24 hours a day like we like to talk about. So, so let's do some hellos here. We got Thumper that's in the house here, started a YouTube channel. He's like four videos or something like that deep at this point. It's already got like more subs than I already have. So
yeah, what the heck?
You got MDB, and let's see here, Freedom Seeker, and I like the name Freedom, of course. We got Gino, we got Patrick, we got Rumple here, which I've already answered your question there. Smash the like button. We got Gerry's wife there. Which what'd you do for your wife today? Did you get her any flowers or something, or what?
No, she doesn't like flowers. She'll throw them out in the trash if I got her flowers.
Any woman that doesn't like flowers is a keeper, in my opinion.
Exactly. When I got her flowers one time, and she was like, "What the hell are you doing?" I'm like, "Yes."
It's all about the practical stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, that's a keeper, folks.
Yeah, we got Chinese takeout today, so it was good.
All right, paid for by an options trade.
Yep.
Dave, what was Randy's illness? Yeah, I don't know. I think it was heart related. So, let's see here. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it was expected but unexpected at the same time, right? We always knew that it could happen at any time, but it still shocked us all. I mean, regardless. Yeah, exactly. I was literally in the middle of a change, and it just kind of got posted, and you know how you get that feeling where your stomach kind of just drops, and it's kind of like reverse butterflies or something like that, where it's that crappy feeling. And honestly, there's not a lot of people I've known in my life that have died, that I've known personally. So this is just another one. But David, good evening. Yeah, rest in peace, Randy. No more suffering. And, he never really showed he was suffering anyway. But, I mean, just to say, how much Randy likes to communicate with us all. He got on the Saturday streams with us, the private streams, from his hospital bed. Yeah. More than once. All right. So that's like literally right after surgery, he was on his bed in the hospital on the stream. That's how dedicated he was.
Yep.
That's saying something. Let's see. Hey guys, Stock Ninja. We got Ryan here. Yes, I agree. Very sad to hear that. Let's see here. Yeah, 58, 59 is young. That's super young. Sorry to hear about that, James. Let's see. All good. We'll miss Randy. We'll be with the precious memories. Yeah, we all got like, Randyisms and stuff. Lots of different Randyisms that he kind of coined, or we kind of busted his balls. We busted his balls a lot. But it was always in good faith, good judgment, whatever you want to call it, good fun. And let's see, writer. Yeah, I know. I remember that one. I won't make the mistake again. Invest to retire. Good evening. So we got 48 or so folks in here. Of course, this lags a little bit. What are you supposed to be talking about? Options?
I think so. I think I think this is an options live stream.
Yeah. Well, let's see. Last week, the hell, I made about $1,000. I think I don't even have my portfolio up. Darn. I think I made $1,000 last week, and I kind of changed the strategy a little bit. So I put on some a little bit longer dated stuff. So I got a lot of stuff going out like 44 days or something like that. A lot of ETS. And part of that was just fueled by a little bit of a tasty trade video that I watched talking about theta decay and just watching the kind of the curve down. And then I think it's Vega, Gamma or Vega, one of those freaking Greeks that kind of, what is it? It kind of could become troublesome the last 7 days or something. That's the reason why those shorter dated options can be troublesome, even though they're kind of sexy. But I'm just trying this out. I don't know. This is what they're saying. I don't agree with everything they say. And it's hard to get through a 20-minute video sometimes because they got about 20 minutes of bullshit and then about 2 minutes of useful information. But that's just the way they are. They like to bicker back and forth and all that. But $1,000 last week, and we had a little bit of trouble in the market last week. So still to get that out of the market. Trying some new metrics and all that as well. Got $4,200 in premium on right now. A lot of that is going out to June though, but hopefully maybe I can take some of that off in May. Let's try to still shoot for that. About $5,000 to $6,000, which should put me a little over 2 to 2.5%, somewhere around there. So that's kind of a recap what my week's like. I took advantage of the down days, put some more crap on, took some shit off, put some shit on. It's like GW likes to say all the time. So I took advantage of it. And all that stuff I took advantage of is all up in the green, like 30 to 40% already. So it's nice to have a little bit of dry powder waiting around for some of those down days, not run. And by the way, right now I'm running 37% utilized. So give us a recap of your week and, kind of give us a recap of how your week went and maybe what you put on, what you took off, and kind of how the month's shaping up already.
Yeah, for me, I ended up down last week. I like to compare myself to the Russell 2000 and Dave being the S&P 500 low volatility fund. And I'm the Russell 2000, high growth fund. So we had kind of polar opposites in the way things ran last week, but I had to roll a couple of positions. So I ended up rolling my ARK K position, which was a roll of a roll. So I'm up to 4 contracts in ARK, but I've really reduced my strike price there. I rolled my Zoom position that I followed Thumper in. But I think I was able to roll that down significantly in strike price. So I think I'm good there. I wasn't able to take full advantage of the down days because I had gotten my margin use up to about 50% before we had the actual drop. So when we had the drop, then I had to take stuff off, and just taking stuff off was just maintaining my 50%. So I really couldn't take advantage of it.
The stuff that you took off, was it up like 10%, 15%?
Yeah, I mean it was up. I took off things that would have just keep my margin impact in check, and I didn't take a loss on anything except for those rolls. So that was a good thing. So I ended the week with down $1,500, but my cash balance was actually up $600. So that's the effect of rolling, right? You buy back at a loss, but then you sell future contracts in the future and collect that premium. So it's like I always said with the rolling, it's really a tough thing because it's a loss, but it's not a loss, right? It's really a loss because you took the loss on the position, but you entered some new contracts and gained that premium back. So, and you gain time. So, I'm fine with it. We ended up Friday. I ended up Friday about 44% margin utilized. So I'm now comfortable. I can breathe a little bit. I could probably take some stuff off starting Monday and start the ball rolling again because I'm down to about, I want to say 20 contracts, which is pretty light for me.
Wow.
Yeah, that's pretty light for me.
25 on. Well, wait, contracts or positions?
Contracts.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I have 58 contracts. So
Yeah, it's light for me. I'm usually in the 30s, but rolling those contracts over into 4 RKs, 2 Zooms, that kind of took up margin impact and stuff, and didn't allow me to do other things. So it's all about money management, right? That's
right.
Really what it comes down to. So I'm happy with the way the week ended. Of course, I mean, being down 1,500 realized is not fun, but like Randy said, just roll it.
It all comes back. I do have one that's in the money. I didn't mention it. I do have RK that's in the money. I got a 110 strike, which if you look at a chart, it's a pretty strong support level. So I'm not too worried about it. I got 2 contracts. I'm actually considering maybe taking that one if it is in the money. It expires this Friday. So I'm actually considering taking that one, and I'll just wheel it. So I don't think it's going to go down much beyond that. If it does, that's fine. I still think I can sell CCs above it. So I might just take that one.
I think that's a decent wheel candidate.
Grand, right, I guess I'd be on the hook for that thing. But like I said, I think it's a decent one to. I'm not a wheeler, but I think it's a decent one to sell. Kind of just take the stock and then just turn around, cover call. It's an ETF. I don't have to worry about some individual stock or something like that. So I think it's a pretty good candidate. I wouldn't necessarily buy ride it or anything like that. Or I mean, I wouldn't try to go closer to in the money on my puts trying to get assigned or anything like that. But in my case here, I made some good money in the 110s. Maybe I'll just take it and then turn around and CC it. So that's what I'll make the decision on Friday. If the market we have a good week, then it might probably just come up. So
yeah, I think it's a good candidate. There's enough volatility there where premiums are always pretty good on both ends. So I think it's okay.
Last week was rough as fudge. What are you talking about? You're like 10% utilized. I mean, you're talking about their stock ninja. It was rough for Thumper, I can say that. Yeah.
Well, for them, I think both of them are heavy on some leaps, so that was probably that'll mess you up.
That's true. I am long one leap right now. So I'm long one. Was it one? Yeah, I only got one contract. So just a rocket, 2023, 15 strike. So, I'm looking to make a couple $100 on and get out of it and call it a day. Not trying to buy a freaking Tesla with it or something like that. It's just anybody knows me. I'm in and out, get my profit, and I'll move on to the next thing. That's just the way I am. Probably, there's a kind of a going joke around here saying whatever I get into tank stuff, and it kind of is true. As soon as I laid on February 2020, as soon as I laid on 3 freaking puts on Apple, Microsoft, and Facebook, it was like a week later, we had that like 11% decline in 1 week. And then we were down 40%, almost 40%, just a few weeks later. So that's just my luck. But who's laughing now? Definitely not me. Anyone else hop on the Piton drop? I am not going to be hopping on that Piton. It's a reopening. It's an unreopening play, right? People are going to, they're going to be on Facebook Marketplace, Craigslist, and eBay. Everybody's going to be dumping those things just because A $10,000 bike, you'd probably be able to pick up for $1,000 is my guess.
I was gonna say, if you want to buy one of those things, if you want to buy an RV, wait a year or so. You'll be coming
RVs
away
could be
ahead.
longer than a year, but RVs, there's gonna have to be a correction in RV space for sure.
Yep.
Because once people go back to work, this whole thing it's like horse jockeys kind of going all over the place. Where are people going to settle down? Like there's been a lot of mass migrations out of various states into certain states, causing influx and all that. So RV is kind of the same thing. Right now there's still a big demand for RVs because there's no supply. So it could be a while on those. Piton, I think there's still a supply issue too, just because there is like a 6-month lag on just providing a bike, brand new bike or whatever. They're not cheap, those things. And I think the reason why it tanked is just because it was killing people or injuring people or something. I don't know. People
Something like
falling
that.
underneath the back of them or something like that. So it's just not something I'd probably touch. And if I look at a chart and my luck is not my luck, I look at a chart, it'd be like $10 or something like that. And there's no premium down there. I'm not looking at a chart, by the way, but on stuff like that, right? What else did I get? I was down 27.66 last week, which is month to date. Was that realized? So, yeah, I mean, I was able to survive all of the declines we had last week without anything going in the money except for RK. And RK really didn't go in that money that bad. They got like, what, 106, 107. I got some that are, we're getting close, like Zoom and stuff. And Zoom is an unreopening play, by the way. I think just Thumper I don't know. Thumper loves Zoom. So 2766. I don't know all of the stuff that you play. I think you have a lot of stuff on too, though. That might be unrealized, but yeah. I mean, there's days where my account was down $1,500 and stuff, but there was nothing in the money. I mean, this is just normal. You got a lot of leaps on though. It could get real ugly quick, but
Yeah,
James,
I mean,
I haven't officially, I haven't reached out to you yet, but it'd be actually great to have you on the stream if you're willing to come on. Not tonight, doesn't have to be tonight. It could be next weekend or the weekend after or whatever. But it would be nice to hear more about your story and all that. I know we talk on Thursday nights, but you have a lot of knowledge and a lot of experience, and it's good to share that with the community and stuff too. If you want to come on, if not, Thursday's fine as well. Let's see here. We got NASDAQ held up pretty well. Yeah, I think it was like one day or something last week where just got shot or got hit by inflation / interest rate worries or something like that. Just like we've had going on since February, basically.
yeah, we had the talking heads up on the news. Really, it's so interesting. You hear the Treasury Secretary or whoever the heck they are. They start opening their mouth, and then you see the markets drop, and it's like,
Hot lips.
geez,
Yeah.
I really got. I probably should start because I don't pay attention to any of it. I probably should pay attention to that stuff so I know when they speak that we can sell some puts at that time.
In the background.
Yeah.
Because they have to put the bobbleheads up on there. So, and what's Yellen talks, and for sure when Biden talks, because there's nothing that comes out of his mouth that's really intelligent. I mean, it's off a teleprompter, but he can't even read that properly, right? He leaves words out. And I mean, I'm not gonna. He tanks the market with the crap he says. I'm not gonna lie about that here. I mean, so yeah. The only thing Gerry's basically saying here is if the market does tank for even if it's 10 minutes, you can put something on and take advantage of it, right?
Yep.
Comes back up and recovers. Like Wednesdays in the Fed meeting, there's always movement right after the Fed meeting, right? Or the rate decision meeting. You always see the futures jump up 10 pounds, 10 points, or jump down 10 points. And then it usually settles right back where it was prior, but you could take advantage of that, I suppose. What do you guys think of the stock? Oh, you know what? I got to look at that. That's on. That's the one that Thumper posted last night? I think it's on Wikipedia. I think.
Yeah, it's Investopedia. I was trying. That's what I was trying to talk about last night, and I couldn't verbalize it. But I'm glad that there's
Did you have a Biden moment?
I had a Biden moment. I did.
The idea is once assigned, you buy one call and sell two calls. Buy one call, sell two calls, close to zero credit, and lower the break-even cost. Huh. You screenshot that. Buy one call. So what do you buy them at the money, or I mean, where do you buy them?
You buy it one strike below whatever you're assigned at. So
It's like 109.
Yeah, it's kind of like doing a PMCC almost. It's kind of like having the shares and then adding a PMCC.
How far does that average down, though?
I don't know.
Okay. It doesn't average down that far unless the one you're buying is lower, is my guess. Because in this case here, if I got assigned I have a strike at 110 and RK is at 109, I probably wouldn't run that strategy, right? There's no reason to. Right. That's not averaging down. Like 50 cents is nothing, right?
Right. No, they were talking about if you're down like 30% or something like that.
Yeah, you're probably averaging down where you can bring down the cost or that by $10 or something like that.
Yeah,
could be very useful. Absolutely, yeah. Let's see here. You don't look at futures anymore. Why? Everything's based off the futures. I'm sorry, like especially the SP 500, the ES, because almost that kind of dictates what almost every stock does. Whether or not like the extremes are more exaggerated or not, but if you look at like a Ford chart, it kind of follows what the SP 500 is doing. So and almost every other stock kind of does the same thing. So if the futures are declining, most stocks will decline at the same exact time. Some might go down further, some might fall exactly the same amount the futures are dropping, or it depends on the beta. But that's cool. They finally found 50-day support. I don't know which stock, maybe Piton is talking about. Futures work great in other countries. The issue is the US is the biggest mover, so yeah. So we just demolished whatever the futures said. Futures work great in other countries. So are you talking about fall in the US futures and then when you're trading in other countries? Is that what you're talking about? Because honestly, a lot of the other stock markets kind of do what we do. If we dropped 500 points in one day, I almost guarantee you, better than birth control percentage, that every other country will drop dramatically that day as well for the next trading day.
That's pretty damn good odds there, Dave.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Slightly better than what, 98%? Let's see. My overall dividend and growth portfolio was down 10% in the last 3 weeks. Wow. You must, because my dividend portfolio, honestly, is on fire right now. It hit like an all-time high during the decline because the portfolio, I don't know, people weren't selling out of dividend stocks. The Russell 2000 they were, but not dividend stocks. So I don't know what you're in there.
Yeah, if you're in that Russell 2000, you're definitely on a roller coaster ride.
Yeah. My dividend stocks were like, I was amazed. I'm like, how's the market down like 1%? That it's like, but my dividend portfolio, it showed it was up like $2,000 or $3,000 that day. I was like, oh wow, So,
yeah, so that's what's interesting is I'm the Russell 2000, Dave's the S&P. So because I really play a lot of stocks out of that Russell 2000, and Dave's almost strictly S&P. So
I like the IWM. That's that's one of my new favorites, man.
Yeah, you like that one now, huh?
That one is one of my new. That's like one of my new go-tos. Besides QQQs, TNA, SOXL, which I used to hate, but I hated after the split. But
pretty much
IWM is like one of my major go-tos. Yeah, I like that one.
I always have at least one of those on.
Yeah, NQ bounced off 328, like 3 at a row. Yep. Yeah, so you kind of got to make a judgment call. Is it going to drop any further, or is that kind of just bringing in new fresh capital and we're going to make new highs? And right now, that's what it's kind of looking like. We're kind of look like we're shooting back up and to make new highs. So I don't know. Time will tell. Trade left of the screen. Let's see here. Hopefully momentum continues upwards, but we shall see. Touch and go right now. Yeah, I know. It seems like when we just get past all the volatility and the whole interest rate / inflation issue, then we just get slammed with it. Like the NASDAQ will be down 1.5% one a day or something like that, which just take advantage of those days. You know what I mean? Like I put on a bunch of TQQQs going out to June and September and all that. And then the market recovers. I usually just buy them back and wait for it to do it all over again. Let's see, momentum. Yeah, I don't know. It's kind of good to have a little bit higher VIX. That's kind of not a bad thing.
Yeah, I was checking that out. It looks like it's going down. Last I
Yeah,
looked.
I think it dropped like 9% or something on Friday, wouldn't it?
Yeah.
You pull that portfolio up just in case anybody has any questions on any of my positions that I have on. But yeah, the VIX dropped 8% on Friday, so makes me feel good. Everyone's down a bit. We always talk about this. It's the misery boat. Everybody's like, RK, are you down, Gerry? Oh, okay, yeah, I feel better now. You know what I mean? Like everybody feels better when they're the same exact boat that's down, right? Like if you're down in Piton, it's like, are you in Piton? Like, yeah, I'm in it too. Oh, yeah, it's the misery boat. I don't know. And unfortunately, I think we left Stock Ninja in his Broku boat by himself. Because I wasn't in it. I wasn't in it.
I wasn't either.
Oh man, I'm heavy in Russell. Yeah, that's why you got hit. Well, I don't know about the Russell 2000. Does that still cover like smaller Russell stocks or what? I don't know a lot about the Russell, so
I think the ones that we play covers the whole thing. It's kind of like the SPY of the Russell.
Okay, gotcha.
IWM. Or is it that?
Yeah.
Or is the IWM the growth? Oh, dang it!
Let me just pull up a chart, Gerry.
I thought it was the whole Russell.
IWM. Oops, sorry. I used to do IWM. I actually deleted it out of my watch list now.
I think IWM is the value.
It doesn't. It just says Russell 2000.
Yeah, I think that's the whole Russell 2000.
Yeah, I think so.
Then they have it broken into growth and value.
And honestly, like it's kind of following its trend line. You had that reversal on Thursday, which kind of happened intraday, which I picked up a lot of stuff on that day at the bottom too. And then the intraday, we had a kind of like a reversal and it pulled up. I think we ended the day kind of flat to maybe up a little bit. And then Friday was an up day, so we're back above the 200. Well, the 200 is way down, the 50 and the 20. So, it could go back up and test that 230. So I don't know. Let me see. What do I have on there for? Where do I put the IWM? So I'm down at I'm at a 189 strike for that. So
holy cow! You talk about Dave safe. Sheesh.
Wait, hang on a second, Gerry. Hang on a second, Gerry, because when you say that, the 189, where the hell is this damn thing? That was let me see. That was a 11% probably in the money. That's not usually safe for me.
Are you going 45 out? Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. Okay, that makes sense.
So yeah, 11%. I'm okay with ETS 11 to honestly, I'm going up to 15% on some of the stuff now. So
no more Dave safe. We're gonna have to add a UN to that Dave safe. Dave unsafe.
No. Dave safe-ish.
Ish.
Yeah, Dave safe-esque. So I still go stay safe on stuff like Amazon, stuff like Tesla, and all that. So, but when it comes to ETFs, the 10 to 15% is ideal, I think, because anything below that, you're just not making anything.
Yeah,
that's just me. I got our Cape put as well. Yeah, there we go. Our misery boat together. Mate. So, but yours expires after mine does, so you'll probably be okay. I think it's gonna recover. Kathy Woods is like, there's so many new videos coming out saying that she doesn't know what she's doing anymore. It's kind of funny actually, because she was like, probably walking on water for quite a last few months. Everybody's like couldn't get enough of these arcs and stuff, and now it's like she lost her touch and stuff. Kind of funny actually.
funny how quick things turn for people.
Yeah, I think the ARC drop was mostly fueled by Broku, mostly fueled by it because Tesla had dropped and stuff, but it wasn't really that bad. And there was just a day there where Roku was down big time. So let's see, Roku. What day was that? Was that Thursday or was that Wednesday? Who's in Roku right now? I'm just curious.
I don't think anybody is. Not.
Thursday, yeah. It basically dropped below the 200 period moving average, and there's like a trend line there too. And then it finished the day just above that trend line, right at the 200 period moving average. I'm telling you, those averages make a big difference for support and kind of, where you want to draw your strikes and all that, to get below those if you can. They work. They're like, I feel so much better if I can get below that 200 period moving average. It's going to stick around there. Whether it blow past it, I don't know. But it usually sticks around there before it kind of drops lower and stays below it. So it gives you time. So just look at a chart. It takes you 5 seconds to look at a chart. I got stumped due to, lemonade and snow. I'm so glad I dumped my snow. Lost $1,700 on it, but I'm so glad I dumped it. Lemonade, is that an insurance company?
Yeah, that's that new online insurance company.
Yeah, I don't really know much about Lemonade other than it's too sweet for me usually. Were those were both Leafs, Stock Ninja?
Yeah, Lemonade's been on a roller coaster ride for months. It just keeps going. So
what do you think about Rocket?
Rocket? I'm attacking Rocket like Muhammad Ali.
Which way? From top to bottom,
Top
sideways,
to bottom.
backwards, forwards.
Buying leaps, I'm buying shares, I'm selling puts. Yeah.
Wait, somebody asked a question. It might have been Damien. I don't know. Somebody asked a question in the Discord the other day asking about getting a sign plus having common or something like that, plus having a leap or something. You remember that question? That's an interesting question.
If this is kind of outside the options things because you got to be bullish on the stock to be doing this stuff, right? Otherwise, I'd have just sold out, and just, okay, bye, I'm done with you. But, if you have conviction on something, then, you could take advantage of things like buying leaps, selling more puts to gain more premium, and possibly getting assigned more shares to double down. Those are all just strategies, right? But you can't look at that type of thing as a short-term trade like we do with options. So it's kind of a little different scenario there.
I would definitely, if you're going to buy leaps, definitely, it's a stock picker. I wouldn't say a stock picker's market. I want to say market for some reason, but it's a stock picker's nightmare or success, I guess, when it comes to buying premium, buying leaps. Make sure you're just, super careful what you're buying it on. I got definitely one on Rocket. It's a 15 strike. Cost me $675. That's not gonna kill me if I lose all of that. You know what I mean? Like, it's a 2-year leap, by the way. It's not gonna kill me. I'm not gonna worry. Like, I'm not gonna lose sleep over it, right? So 670, and I gave myself room to even add another one if I wanted to. I'm not looking to get out of that thing, with a major, push or something like that where it goes up. I'm not even looking at a chart here, but let me see Rocket. Where would I be getting out? I'd probably get out at the 20. It's probably where I would get out, Gerry.
Yeah, I'd take profit like that too. I mean, you're talking, a few $100, pocket it.
Yeah. Beyond that, maybe if it closed that gap back at like the 23 area, it would be ideal. But to me, it's a Wall Street bets target too. So I want to get in and get out. That's just me. My risk tolerance.
That's what I'm saying.
Losing money.
If they decide
lose money,
if Wall Street Bets goes in there like they did just a couple months ago when it shot up to freaking $40-some, hey, I'll take it.
I don't know about that. what normally happens is once Dave gets into it, that's when the opposite of Wall Street bets happen.
Yeah, that was I kind of gave you the middle finger on that one when you bought it after I did.
I got middle finger to death. It used to just be used for Thumper exclusively. Now it gets used for everybody, apparently. Premium's been creeping up on selling Tesla puts, but I'm looking at something like selling the Tesla 570. Wow, that's a freaking hefty premium. Let me look at that Tesla. Let's see here. 570. Man, that's something Randy would do.
I think Randy would be in the 600s.
He'd be at the 600 probably. There's a good trend line right there at the 600. June. So June, isn't it June 18th? That's the normal expiry for June.
Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know. Like, you know what?
That's not bad.
He's probably trying to wait for me to say, yeah, go ahead. That's a good one. You know, it's like, but honestly, I'm looking at it. It's probably something I'd actually do.
It's not bad.
No, because so 570, you're below that 200 period moving average, right? So you have to, not only do you got to get below that like 650 trend line that's sitting there, going all the way back to September, you got a 600 trend line that's pretty strong, and then you got the 200 that's right below it. So, you know, it would take a pretty big, you know, news to come out of Tesla probably to tank it below and kind of keep it down there, unless the market just turned over and went down and we had, you know, another 20% decline or something like that, which I don't think is going to happen. I mean, it could, right? I mean, you know, inflation should keep it up, but, you know, I mean, who knows? You got hot lips in the White House talking and saying stupid stuff most of the time, whatever. But it honestly, it's probably something I'd do, but I'd probably dial it back at just a little bit, you know, and I'd probably dial back to like the 400 or 500 premium or something. You know what I mean? That's just me though, right? And that'd probably be like low 500 or so, or you know, I don't know, even high 400. Who knows?
I wouldn't do it just because it's a lot of money.
I guess, Raymond, why would you do the 570? Don't look at that premium and say it's juicy either. Don't go with the juicy premium syndrome. JPS is like we like to call it. Don't let the premium dictate the strike. I can't say I followed my own advice on that one, but when it comes to getting that aggressive, I would be dialing it back instead of looking at premium. But I don't think it's a bad one though. This is not financial advice.
No.
90% of my account is EKSO. Yeah, I'm not familiar with those tickers. Those might be international tickers. You know those, Gerry?
No, those are I think like biotech and stuff like that. Except AT&T.
This is not even a micro cap. This is a pico cap.
Is that a thing?
Yeah, micro, nano, pico. So pico cap's smaller than micro, I believe. Like 600 million, or sorry, 60 million market cap. that's super small. Wait, sorry, 69. We all love that 69. So yeah, I don't know. It actually has a small short float though. So it's not like a Wall Street Bets candidate, although it looks like it got hounded by the Wall Street Bets crowd. That may have cleared out the short flow. Who knows? It's not something I would touch. I mean, if I was going to sell a put against that thing, it'd be down in the $4 range. I don't know what the premium is down there. Man, Gerry.
Is that EXO you're looking at?
What's that?
That's the EKSO you're looking at?
Yeah, it's EKSO.
Geez, that thing went from $93 4 years ago to $5. Whew.
Yeah. Medical instruments. You got to kind of question like what do they have to go through approval to? It depends on what type of medical instruments they are, I guess. if it's like wheelchairs and crap, I mean, there's less, hoops you got to jump through. I'm sure than trying to create like a fake heart or something. So
Oh, here they make exoskeleton devices.
what's that mean?
They manufacture, sell, and rent exoskeleton devices to allow able-bodied users to perform difficult, repetitive work for extended periods. So I guess they make like arms, like mechanical hands, maybe
Not prosthetics.
like robotic. I think.
Wait, it says medical though, so that means maybe it's like a device you strap to yourself and it just kind of helps aid your movement or something, right?
Yeah, I think that probably sounds a little bit more. It's headquartered in Richmond, California. That's odd.
Yeah, they should
I
move
don't think a
down years
rich.
ago.
I don't think a Richmond, California is a. Never mind. I better not talk too much.
No, I'm only familiar with Richmond, California, or sorry, Richmond, Virginia.
Yeah.
Let's see here. Current price of Tesla is 670. Yeah, that doesn't help. It doesn't help. If you said the current price is 900, it would. But honestly, it's not that bad. Like I'm looking at it and say, it actually, I wouldn't even. I probably would actually do it myself. That's probably, but I'm not. So, but I mean, I can think of worse. Like probably just because I'm so used to Randy's trades he put on. Like he's just slightly below that the money or something. Um, I have no doubt. Geez, why am I so itchy? I have no doubt EKSO will have, so take care of my forever. What's that mean? You dropping the whole portfolio into it or what?
He said he's 90% in that one other one in AT&T.
Was it AT&T or is that like a different ticker?
I think it was AT&T. I don't think it's a different ticker.
Huh. So you're betting the bank on it. I don't like to do that. I'm not looking for a grand slam because I tend to strike out when I try to do grand slams and then get my ass handed to me. And luckily, I've never really took a big loss on anything like that. So yeah, I don't know. I keep my eggs in separate baskets and very careful on. I'm in a different boat than a lot of people, though. I'm kind of like a capital preservation mode because I'm close to retirement. So I'm not trying to get rich overnight. It's all about little base hits and walks and getting hit by the ball walks and all that stuff for me. What's this one, Gerry? Fairly new dividend strategy. Are you guys talking? Or yeah, talking, taking questions. Yeah, we're taking questions. It started out as an option stream, several months or several weeks ago. Tried to throw stocks in there too, just because people like to bring up stocks as well. And Gerry and I have a little bit of experience with those too, dividend investing and all that junk. See, if so, starting off, I'm looking to put 2,000 a month investing for 15 years. Part one. There's a part two.
Yeah.
Start off, okay, you had to put 2,000 a month. Good. Not realized. Okay, yeah.
Here's part two.
Numbers. Just numbers on a screen.
Yeah.
It's noise. Don't look at it. It doesn't matter. Would it be smart to go after higher yield first, then balance, higher CAGR, then balance, or 2,000 a month and let it balance from the get-go? About 24 to 26 stocks and 2 ETFs similar to the ones you own. So, Gerry, you did a video on higher yield versus higher starting yield versus CAGR, and then the CAGR won out over the long haul.
Yeah, I definitely, especially because you say you're fairly new, I would definitely not go after higher yield. Most everybody that starts out in investing does that and ends up not doing that. So
it also depends on what higher yield stuff you're talking about too.
True.
And what you're also calling higher yield, because I mean, there's AT&T, there's Altra. Those are pretty solid stocks, but they're higher yield. But you wouldn't throw everything in there, right?
Yeah, but you're talking a very few select stocks.
Yes.
In general, that's not the case, right? So being new, I would actually, instead of just going, you're talking about 24 to 26 stocks and 2 ETFs right off the bat, I would never suggest that for a new investor. I would actually suggest maybe one ETF, and make that your core while you continue to learn and continue to. Dave probably going to disagree with me on this, but
Maybe not.
I think you would, because I think I know what your answer is going to be, and your answer is going to be if you were to take that 2,000 a month and buy the best of the best stocks that the S&P 500 has, say the top 20, you buy those, you'll probably be fine, no problem, and I don't disagree with that at all.
That's not what I was going to say, but
it was probably close to that.
No, I don't think so. No.
But just buying best of the best, right? You're probably fine. But I just think buying an ETF or two that has a good dividend growth rate, plowing that money in there over 15 years, you're going to be better off than most anybody out there.
I pretty much was going to say just get in a solid dividend ETF, DGRO, SCHD. I think both of those were roughly about 9% CAGR, if I'm not mistaken, somewhere around there. They might have come down last year. Throw the money in there, keep DCAing into it, and then learn about individual stock investing and all that, and then wait for maybe some of those individual stocks to be on sale, and then maybe pick up one, start building out the individual portfolio, split it out by the sectors and all that, have the appropriate allocation and all that. But individual stock investing is not the end all be all. A lot of it, honestly, I'm going to tell you a secret here. A lot of it, honestly, is a YouTube thing, because just having one ETF, there's no video there. One ETF, I got $1 million in one ETF. That's not a video. But if you have 30 stocks with $1 million in it, there's a video there, right? So that's honestly, a lot of it gets pushed by YouTube. Don't fall victim to that. But also to say that individual stock investing, you could technically outperform the market, because you can kind of juggle the sectors around and add more to stuff that's down and take some of the winter gains off, put it in some decliners and all that, right? It's kind of like just a mini ETF. You have the best of the best in there. You cover all the sectors. It's just a mini ETF. That's all it is. So I think, we can even bring it back one step further. You can go in VTI or VU, straight VTI or VU.
Yep.
Now, absolutely. Some people might get, I don't know who you are. I've never seen you before. Some people won't like doing VTI or VU because it's slow and you don't have a dividend payout. Well, it does have a dividend payout. It's very small though. So it doesn't keep them motivated. If you're one of those people that likes to be in the markets every day and look to see what's going on and all that, and trying to reach your goal, so you're like, in spreadsheets, freaking balls deep or something like that, then, you might want to have dividends coming in to keep you more motivated. I don't know. Everybody's different with that though. The dividends keep people motivated. And that's unfortunately the reason why a lot of people chase higher yield dividend stocks. A lot of those REITs, there's a lot of REITs out there that pay over 10%. Well, guess what? There's a reason why they do, because they're lower quality ones. There's some pretty good ones, but just don't fall victim to that. You're in too many REITs that it's all unqualified dividends. You got to deal with that. I think GW's advice was spot on. Pretty much I agree exactly with what you said. I mean, there's no reason to go individual stocks if you don't, if you're just, you don't have to, I think it's just YouTube pushes that. They make it seem like you need to do that.
The thing is with individual stocks, you open yourself up to user error, to human error, to decision error, to emotional error, right? If a stock just suddenly drops 10%, miss earnings, had some bad news, you have to be able to manage your emotions through that. With an ETF, it's kind of masked in the ETF.
Yeah.
Right? You don't really feel the earnings misses, the bad news, the lawsuits. You miss all that with an ETF. So you really find out on an individual stock investor when those things happen. You find out what kind of investor you are, right? Because are you an emotional investor where you drop 10%, you go, oh no, what do I do? And usually if you're an emotional investor, a lot of times you'll be sell. I want to stop the bleeding here, right?
Mm-hmm.
So
Sell low, buy high.
yeah. So ETFs completely mask that for the most part. It doesn't mask it totally. It's still involved in there, but because the ETF is naturally diversified, you only feel it just a little bit.
I would almost say if I was starting out, I mean, also the time frame matters too, but 15 years, whatever, I'd probably do an S&P 500 or a VTI or something like that. Because you're covering the Amazons, you're covering the Teslas, you're covering all that stuff, which is not going to be in a dividend ETF.
Right.
Microsoft and Apple will be. They pay squat, but those are in there. Not all of them, though. They're not in VYM. They're not in VYM. They're not in one other one as well. So you have to be careful which one you pick.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's what just like a VTI or a VU would cover all that stuff. Or you could do like a QQQ and a dividend ETF or something like that.
Yeah.
I'd be okay with that. It might be a little bit of redundancy there, but that's an interesting question. I like those type though.
I just think, for new investors, I think the best thing to do is to, KISS, keep it simple, smarty.
Yeah, don't fall victim to what all the people push on YouTube either. Do Stock Ninja and Thumper have YouTube pages, or you guys mentioned trade? Stock Ninja does, but he's not active anymore. Thumper does as well. I'll put it down. I'll put it in the. I don't know if somebody already would put it in there, but I'll put his channel in the chat here. So there's Thumper's channel right there. And what else do we got here? I realized profits. Yeah. Well, I realized, yeah. I think we all realized profits last week. There's a lot of unrealized too, though. Unrealized losses.
Yeah.
Thumper had a pretty big, was that so that $19,000 that Trumper. That's his new name from now on, Trumper. Thumper lost. That was all paper loss, right?
No, there were some realized ones that he got out of.
Oh, yeah, I don't know. I guess I should watch the video again and pay attention. Net liquidation was down that much. Holy cow! Yeah, that's not that bad actually. What, 26.77 or something like that. Not an options play, but HRBR looks interesting. Currently, yeah, I'm not an OTC person. I guess I could trade OTCs, but yeah, I'm just not an OTC person. What about you, Gerry?
Not at all.
Not anymore. No,
not anymore.
So what is HRBR?
I don't know. I'm trying. It looks like possibly an energy play.
HRBR.
Nope. Airlines.
Well, like what in the airline though?
It
diversified.
Provides air transportation, acquires flight equipment for purposes of leasing. As of December 31st, 2020, it owned and operated a fleet of 64 jets.
Oh, man. Look at that thing pop up, too. Yeah, I wouldn't touch it with a fine-tooth comb. I wouldn't touch it with Gerry's pole. No. Not much in the money. Yeah, I'm the same way right now. Wait, in the money? No, wait. You mean in profit? Because I didn't have a lot of... Here's the issue that I ran into last week. I had a lot of shit that was like 40, 50% up, and I couldn't take it off. The average price is higher than my average, or the mid price is higher than my average. That shit's starting to piss me off. I hate that. That was
Yeah.
Lockheed. Lockheed was in that situation. Running into that a lot lately. Holy cow! Freaking shouldn't hit that button, Gerry. Holy cow, Gerry! I'm way off here. Let me see if I can speed up. My worst week was February. Yeah, was that 20? Was that this year or last year? So last year was tough that time of the year too. But I think that's right when the inflation slash interest rate thing started, right around the end of February. See, they mentioned corporate tax will remain at 25%. Corporate tax 25%. When was that? Like I don't know. I thought it was getting raised. So
Yeah.
okay. I'm no longer active on YouTube. Thumper has a channel, talks about ESPN. He just did a video today on his plays. See, past 3 months unrealized 14K, minus 14K. That makes a difference if it's a minus. Exciting stocks got smoked. I don't look at it like that. I'm going to be forward because I always am. I don't like to call things exciting stocks. If you're in stocks because they're exciting, it's probably the wrong reason to be in it. For options, I don't know. Like GameStop, right? That's an exciting stock, right? Like because of what was going on. But that's when you can get hit hard and lose a bunch of money. So I'm a little, I don't know, hesitant to say that exciting stock thing, right? You could buy any merger announced SPAC today at 10. That might be true, but you had a lot of people trying to pull a Nikola, where as soon as the merger goes through, that's when the thing kind of skyrockets, right? And everybody and their mother was trying to do the same thing in every stock after Nikola, and it didn't work out like that, right? And it makes sense too, because the stock market tends to change all the time. Just when you think you got an edge or you figured it out, guess what? It changed again. And that's exactly what happened there. Think about it. Every SPAC after the merger happened, it went up and skyrocketed. Everybody be rich. Oh, shoot. Here's a new SPAC. All right. Let's just dump a bunch of money in it. As soon as they merge, guess what? We'll just dump it at $50. And it didn't happen. So a lot of people got burned. So when you're talking about here, Wild Boy, that minus 14K, you're not even talking about options, are you? You're just talking about the general stock, was what my guess is. I'm not against SPACs. I'm just saying I think that there's a big push towards them, and a lot of people got burned because there were so many people making videos on YouTube and all that, and to grow their channel, getting big real fast, and not just JMac. JMac grew mostly off of Nikola, but in Hyliion. But it's just so many people got hurt by them too. It's just not a game that I was in Nikola. I think I was. I think I bought a little bit of Nikola because I was a major fan of Nikola, just because I'm like one of those people that loves to go against the grain. Everybody hated Nikola. They made $50,000 on Nikola. They dumped it, and they all moved into Hyliion, and they started trashing Nikola. And I hate that mentality. It's like all the Tesla folks hating on Ford and GM. They're all against them making EV because they want their Tesla to skyrocket. I don't like that thinking, personally. To me, we all win. The more car companies there are out there, we win. The more competition, we win, right? I don't like pouncing on competition, hating on competition. Whether you like Trevor Milton or whatever his freaking name was or not, that's debatable. If you call him a snake in the grass, that's debatable. Elon Musk is kind of a snake in the grass back in the day too, right? He promises the world and under-delivers.
He's completely just weird.
What's that?
He's just completely an oddball.
I don't hate Elon Musk at all. I'm just saying he was weird too. He is weird. Geniuses are weird. The SNL skit was actually kind of cool, actually, believe it or not. If you didn't watch it, watch it. It was pretty cool. What is this? Yeah, I put it in there. I think he actually joined the Discord. This guy did. I've seen the name in the Discord. I think it's the same guy. Let's see here, boy. You need SHD, VTI, SHD, and VTI. There's a lot of overlap there. See, the SDHD and even maybe a monthly paying ETF could keep you interested. It just depends. Like you might not be one of those people that needs to log in your account and look at it every day.
Yeah.
Maybe M1 Finance would be a good bet for you because M1 Finance is kind of a hands-off, auto freaking take money out of your checking account and kind of split out auto balance, all that, reinvest the dividend type of platform. So, it's I think it's great for newer investors. I'll check him out. Yeah, I don't know what he's talking about. Unless you were super joking. I don't know what you're talking about. Jerry, help me.
He's talking to Sky Investor up there.
Okay, gotcha. I did review what Thumper showed for the repair. It was interesting. Thumper has this why do I always screw my words up? Thumper has an interesting, he has his own methods for repair. We're not talking about the repair method of buying one call, selling two,
right.
But he likes to average down and stuff like that. I'm not against any of that. I just never had to do it yet. That's because I'm Dave Safe. You need to go out several months. That's one way. I don't like to do that though.
No, I think he's talking about the repair. The actual repair strategy.
Yeah, you might have to. That kind of sucks. Especially if there's IV crush or something like that going on where premium gets drained out, and so good luck. You got to go out 6 months just to get, and to even get where at the same strike or something like that. That would suck. Let's see here. I just looked at the market during market hours. I try to detach myself and focus other stuff. I don't know. I look at them. It doesn't bother me, I guess. It bothers me more so about my dividend portfolio, honestly, not about my options. My dividend portfolio is like, how hard it is for me to have that money in there, $70,000 a gain in there, and not take that off? That's hard. I've been trading for 20 years, and it's hard because I've never been a buy and hold trader for 20 years. Never. This is the longest I've ever, and that portfolio started in early 2020. So it's a little over a year old now. Having that gain in there, very hard. You know what keeps me in it, Jerry? That big tax bill I would have. That's what keeps me in it.
That makes sense.
I'm with you on this stock, on this. Okay. Let's see here. The reason I don't, you just said that. Yeah, duplicates. Let's see here. All right. So we got retire here. He made a good video on Mobileye, by the way. Go look at his channel, Retire. He threw a video out there. It was kind of like Lyft/Uber thing. And he's just sitting in the back of a Mobileye car. And, everybody says Tesla is ahead of the game. Oh, they got years of data. They're leaps and bounds ahead of this and that. Are they really, though? Are they really?
Yeah, I watched that video.
It's the anecdotal evidence of them being ahead of everybody else because everybody's propagating that, right?
Yeah, I watched that video and I tried to put myself in his position, just sitting in the back seat and with no driver and driving down the freaking highway. I'm like, hell no.
Oh man, what do they have in the front seat on the passenger side? Can you even sit up there?
No, they had it walled off.
Box or some shit over there. Oh man, I hope they have full racing cage in there with 5-point harnesses and all that crap. You look at it though, honestly, it drove smooth. I've seen a Tesla in a parking lot and it scared the shit out of me. Those things should not be driving by themselves in a parking lot because this isn't how to navigate. So it's just everybody loves to say they're ahead of the game. They get years of data, blah, blah, blah. But show me the evidence. Show me concrete evidence, not just what you hear. Not You know what I mean? Like, show me the freaking evidence that these other companies don't have it either. You know what I mean? Mobileye's been around. Freaking Google's been around way before Tesla's doing this shit. You know, Google Earth or whatever the hell it was. About half of an Amazon share. Amazon's a good stock to carry the rest, probably into the grave, honestly. See, excessive amounts of caffeine. Not me. See. Have any of you received a notice of initial margin increase from IBKR this past Friday evening? I heard of, it might have been you, but some people were bickering back and forth about her in the Discord. Bickering, not in a bad sense. It might have been not a bad word to say. Talking back and forth about it. I got one. Yeah, I did not get anything from IBKR.
It really depends on what stocks you're playing. Usually if you're playing high flyer meme type stocks, they will do that.
We did get messages on those just a few months ago during the whole GameStop thing.
Right.
And Randy's got a lot of nasty grams too, about a lot of stuff he was doing with Tesla and all that. So IB is not a nanny platform, but you have to also think that IB and any other platform out there, they're not going to put themselves at risk to lose money. So they're going to do whatever they're going to do, right? And I don't necessarily agree with a lot of these brokers preventing you from making mistakes, like preventing you from making the trade. As long as it doesn't put them in jeopardy, I think they should let you make the trade. I don't agree with them preventing you from making the trade. I don't agree with that at all. That's just not something I agree with.
Yeah, they look at the types of stocks. They look at the concentration that you're in too. Like if you have just two positions and you have a crap ton of contracts on each one, that can draw some issues as well. So
yeah, my guess is the Rajiv. I think it's Rajiv. Is it Rajiv or Rajiv? I think it's Rajiv. My guess is that you're probably just in some stocks that required an email, because I didn't get an email.
Yeah.
See, misery loves. Yeah, it does. We should have put you. Yeah, I think you and Matt Money were in the same boat on GameStop for a while. So he got one. That's interesting. Did it, PD? Did it call out specifically what tickers? Did it call out specific tickers? Let's see here. Thoughts on emerging markets seemed undervalued. Yeah, I'd say so. VWO, VXUS. Yeah. Check those two out. Pretty good ETS for international / emerging.
And if you're a yield hungry one, look at VYMI, but that's not emerging, I don't think. I think that's just international.
Or you can do VT and cover it all.
Good.
You ever did a video on VT? Just curious.
No.
Yeah.
No.
I don't think there's any hits, honestly.
That's what I'm saying. Those the standard issue ETFs are kind of boring. Nobody likes
VTI and VU would be okay, but VT, 8,000 stocks, like it's a world market, by the way, for anybody that doesn't know. I don't know anybody that invests that thing, but it probably wouldn't honestly be a bad investment, though. I don't know. That's interesting. You should do a search and see if anybody's looking for that thing. How many moneymaker peeps? How my money make? Oh yeah. Why I just can't. That's the lights shining on my face. I think that's what it is. We're doing good. Glad to have you, Dividend. I think you're called Dugo or Dongo. I think you call it Dongo on your channel. He has a channel, by the way. Go check his channel out. It's all. I think he's doing dividend investing. 560. It's over $500,000 in his dividend stocks. Let's see, but it's still confusing. Let's see here. Russell 3000. Oh, Russell. Okay, yeah, 2000 mid. Okay, I didn't know that. Like I said, I don't really know much. Honestly, I don't know much about the Dow or the Russell. I don't really follow them that closely.
The Dow is super simple.
What, like 30 stocks?
30 stocks, yeah.
Yeah. So that's good to know. Let's see here. It's confusing. But the 2K is basically small. And yeah, okay. Yeah, he's filling us in on this, learning us something, Gerry.
Yeah. That
Well,
works.
learn me something. Hi, Gerry and Dave. Dave, you sold QQQ puts that expire in September. At what percentage profit will you buy them back? September. Wait, no, I did not get into QQQs going out to September.
It was TQ.
TQQQs I did. Yeah. Just checking because maybe I made a mistake. No, they're TQQQs going out to September. So honestly, if it gets up to be like $100 in profit, I'll take profit, not percentage wise.
Yeah.
Because the way I look at those is I look at those as crash protection kind of for me a little bit, right? If the market goes down, I actually want to be assigned those. And well, I think how many contracts do I have on those? Like 5 of them?
Yeah, I bought a couple back on Friday from September. I think I
got
made
10
like $80.
QQQs, 10 50 strike QQQs, but I do have some Septembers on too. Where the hell are they? Yeah, I got 4 of those on. So I look at those kind of crash protection for me. If it gets down there at 35 strike, I'll take those 4. I'll take those 400 shares. But if the market goes up, I'm going to buy them back and then wait for the market to be down to put them back on. That's how I've been playing TQQQ. For as far as QQQ is concerned, I always have those on. They're just making premium for me. So if I can get out with $100 or 50 to $100 in profit on the TQQQs, I'm just going to do that because I don't really, the theta decay is so slow. I'm not making money there really. It was just kind of almost like a day trade in a sense. Let's see here. I have a bunch of options on Wish, sold puts and sold calls, and have shares and have some. Geez, you believe in Wish? You've been watching some Matt Money videos, huh?
Right?
Yeah, Matt Money loves Wish. And I'm not like against it or anything like that either. Gerry, we went and looked at the website and pretty much got turned off by it or what?
Yeah, it was like traveling back in time to like 1990 website construction. It was
94.
like, yeah, it was bad, but they make money. They have revenue coming in for sure. There's no denying that. But their website is definitely not up to today's standards.
I'm not against Wish. I just don't know much about it. I can tell you this, I'm not a bull like freaking Matt is on it. I suppose if you're going to buy it, right now wouldn't be a bad time, honestly.
Yeah.
1261 a share. It came from IPO'd at what, like 20, popped all the way to 32. I just don't know. I don't know anything about it. Yeah. I think if puts down, problem is puts probably just don't go as low as I want. Well, there's no money made down there. So, Gerry, would you touch that one?
I've looked at some $10 ones, and I actually sold some 1250 strikes back when it was, above 20.
So what does like the $10 strikes pay?
I don't know what they're doing now. I haven't looked.
I just be careful that you don't overexpose yourself on just one ticker, trying to save it, trying to do this, trying to do that. I don't know what you're down in it or whatever, but just be careful. Sometimes sometimes people just love to go down with the Titanic. You know what I mean?
Yeah, the $10 strikes for June 18th only getting you 40 cents or so.
That's not enough for me. Although probably the margin requirement's nothing.
Yeah, it's not.
What market data access do you guys use for Optionstrong? How much you? So I'm using Interactive Brokers, and I think I made a video on the data subscriptions I have, and actually, yeah, market subscriptions. It's not that bad. Like it's almost free. It can be free if you want it to be. I just get a couple of extra things turned on, like because I want to get earnings announcements and all that. Plus, I run a script that checks earnings, make sure I don't put something on through earnings. But every broker should come with that. So, depending on how many trades you put on, it should be free, unless you have a business account. So, yeah, I don't know about Tastyworks though. Maybe here it was Tastyworks. Just comment in there. I know James, you're using Tastyworks if you're still in here. I'm following. I think Investor Retire uses it too. I'm following my boy GW into Rocket. Yeah, middle finger. Um, Dave and Gerry, do you ever place a limit order to? No, I don't do that.
Mm.
Why or why not? Because honestly, when I'm going to take profits, I'm usually wanting to take profits, not wait around. So there's sometimes where I'll put it on and kind of just let it sit out there maybe for an hour or something like that, but it normally never hits. But I don't do a good till cancel. Yeah, I don't, because I'm looking at the market every day, all day long. I'm a trader on a computer. I'm working on the computer, so I might do that if I wasn't around the computer, had to go out and get a colonoscopy or something like that, but I'm not. So, you know, Gerry, what do you do here?
Yeah, I don't do any good to cancels. I just I'll I'll set a limit order and I'll watch it. If it's not going to fill where I want it to fill, I move on. I might come back to it and look at it again. Who knows? Maybe it dropped. You can get more premium. I don't want to sit there and just let it bake and then I could have missed out on something. But if I want to sell it, I want to sell it now. I want to make that decision now and get it over with. Um, and if it doesn't do it now, I'll look for something else.
Yeah, and I would say here, you can put it on and let it all day, but just let it expire at the end of the day because something could change overnight. Something could change. It could pop up, it could pop down 10%, and maybe you can get more premium, right? Because they're not going to fill after hours. So the good till cancel means the next morning at 9:30 Eastern time, it's going to fill at a shittier price because you could have caught it, way lower, right?
Yeah.
Or way higher in this case. If that makes any sense. The stock would be lower, but the price would be higher. You picking up what I'm putting down, Gerry?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Okay.
I feel you.
All right. Don't feel me too much. See, 20 is a
Yeah,
good.
you might like it.
Yeah, maybe. See, is a good exit point. Yeah, I agree. 20, I'll take 20 all day long. 23 is that where it could close that gap, though. It wouldn't be a bad price. But I don't think I have the intestinal fortitude to hang out until 23. See, Rocket, the only thing you have, it's the only leaps I have on right now is Rocket. Gerry, you got any other leaps?
I got Viatris VTRS, which was the Pfizer spinoff, and I got Tencent Music, which is a subsidiary of Tencent from China, and I think that's it. And my Rocket Leap.
I almost thought you were going to say Viagra again, darn it, but it's still close. And it came from Pfizer too, so let's see here. Sounds like GW is attacking Rocket like he is. Yeah. He is.
Definitely.
Use it for me too, Dave. What are we talking about? What are we talking about, Wills? Usually, let's see. Usually, do you make more money buying leaps or selling puts? Probably leaps, honestly. But the problem is with leaps is it could be a long time. You know what I mean? I'm real strategic on my leaps. I don't want to wait 6 months to make money on my leaps. Rocket, luckily, doesn't take a lot of money, but what about you, Gerry?
Yeah, I thought the leaps for Viatris. Well, I'm not done with that yet because I'm waiting for earnings. But I thought my Tencent Music leap would have turned around a lot quicker. I was hoping that was only going to be like a 2 to 3 week hold. It's going to probably look to be like a month hold or more. But I don't want to hold a leap that long. So they do have expiration dates, right? So
they do, even though it says 2 years, and they're not quite even 2 years now, right? We need June 2023 to come out. But the thing is it's still premium working against you. Yeah. It's you running up an escalator that's coming down. Yeah, wait. Yeah, down. So just thinking of it that way. you want to get in a leap that is pretty much going to make, honestly, you want it to make a move right when you get in it. And you know what I mean? So it was pretty much right away. You don't want to be in that thing months. So
Yeah, I was just like that. Perfect example was the Merc leap. I think we all got into. I think we got into it on Thursday, and then we all, or most of us, exited out that following Monday for $100 profit or more. So that's
500 for
really
me.
what I'm looking for, huh?
500 for me.
Well, you bought multiple.
Yeah, it's two. Yeah. 500 for me. And I think I even planned on doing a PMCC on it or giving myself the option. So I even went and removed a lot of the extrinsic value out of it. Okay, what's the difference with the normal month expiry and all the Friday expires? Nothing really. They're all the same thing theoretically. The monthlies, there's you got the quad witching, you got triple witching, you got a lot of witching going on there. So 4 times a year, there's got the quad witching, you got triple witching, quarterly witching, or whatever. So it's a lot of contracts expiring the same expiry. So it could be a lot of volatility. And some stocks only have monthlies. There's no difference technically though, if that makes any sense. Just like leaps. Leaps aren't like some special contract that's out there. Like you have to go through a different special chain or anything like that. There's long dated ETS, long dated options. That's all they are. You might make more obviously going out, or you might make more if you did 4 weeklies versus 1 monthly. That's one way to look at it, but there's no difference. Anything else you want to add there?
No, not really. I guess it's just the CBOE really kind of controls what has weekly options and what doesn't, and I think that's all due to popularity or demand, supply and demand. So that's it.
Do you ever buy deep in the call options? If we're doing PMCCs, we might. Other than that, I don't buy premium usually.
Mm-mm.
And I would, even in some cases, I don't always, if I'm going to buy premium, I don't always set myself up to do a PMCC either. Like in Rocket's a good example. I could probably PMCC it, but I don't know if 15 removes, all the extrinsic value. It's not going to, I don't think anything removes all of it, but you want to remove a lot of it. But anyways, yeah, you don't really buy any premium either.
No. Leaps that'll be it for the most part.
Yeah, Pico is smaller. There you go. Pico is smaller than Micro. I think it's even smaller than Nano. I think it's Micro, then Nano, then Pico. I used to know all this, by the way. Took an electronics class. Dave, when you fire, will you increase or decrease the balance of your options account? My options account, so I have 2 flips. Once those flips go away, I should get back about anywhere between $150,000 to $180,000. That's going to go in the options account. That'll bring me up to like over $400,000 to almost $500,000 in that account. I don't have any plans of building it past that. To me, I would want to build the dividend portfolio and just kind of have more coma money. I don't think I need that much money in my options account, especially if premium comes back. Like the amount of money I can generate from there, it's just going to put me back in the amount of money I make now. And I don't want to deal with, the whole reason why I want to fire to begin with. Well, one of the reasons is just to reduce my tax liability. I'm tired of paying the amount of taxes I pay and then see them wasted away on junk. So yeah, to answer that question, 500 is probably my limit. Let's see here. I agree with 600 support for the Tesla. Yeah. I saw the same thing. I would consider, choose 570 though. I think, like I said, I think it's probably something I would do and still feel comfortable with it. But I probably, to me, that's too greedy for me. You know what I mean? $1,200 when I could just go down and probably hit the 500 and still make 500 or something like that, right? So I'm just not a greedy person. I'd rather be safe than greedy. That's me though. Matt Money in the house. Let's see here. Working on a client video.
Matthew.
Matthew. Let's see here. Would you pay off house early or keep paying the mortgage? That's funny. I just talked to my mom today about that. And because she's like talking about paying cash for a house and all that. And I'm like, why would you do that? Interest rates are 3.5%. Like if I could buy a $500,000 house, I'm like, maybe I'll put 250 down on it or something like that. And then I'll keep the rest in the options account. Can you not make 3.5% in a year on options? You know what I mean? Even if you're beyond Dave safe, right? You could probably still make 7 or 10% being beyond Dave safe. Like, why not just make money on that money? So I'm going to think twice about taking a mortgage out when I do buy a house. I think the biggest issue for me is I'm not going to have any verifiable income per se. So that might be the biggest issue for me. So I, just say, you go private lending. With the problem with private lending is you're not going to get 3.5%. It's probably going to be 6+, right?
Yeah, and then of course, you got to figure out where that 50 amp plug's going to go.
Oh, you're down to what, 20, 15
Oh,
amp?
damn.
Every time Gerry pisses me off or whatever, I take 5 amps away. So. And then you know what? You auto negotiated your way down yesterday, by the way.
Yeah,
From 50 down to 30. So he doesn't technically even need a 50 amp. He needs, they only really need a 30. So we're going to start at 30 from now on.
We'll add on later.
Yeah. Just got home. Glad the stream is still going. What were you doing out? Go check out Thumpers' channel. Yeah. I put it in there. It's also down in the description as well. So let's see here. What up, Thumper? Trumper. Let's see. I heard Financial Options with Thumper has the best options channel on YouTube. It will be.
Probably.
Right after Gerry's. Let's see here. SCHD. Yeah, I like SCHD. Not SCHP or SPHD. I don't like that one. It's funny, that one kind of like died down. Nobody invested anymore.
Yeah, it didn't really. There were some people when it started going up, in the recovery, it just kind of flatlined, and then no one got excited with it any longer.
It petered out. Mm-hmm. It used to get pushed so hard in the investment community. And then guess what? The pandemic happened. And then that's when people found out it wasn't low volatility. It was a piece of shit. When I say a piece of shit, it's better than nothing. Don't get me wrong, because it does pay a monthly dividend. But it wasn't what they thought it was. It had never been tested through a recession. AW or ACWI, I'm not sure what that one is.
I might have to look at that one. That's I think that's an emerging market. Is that what that is? Shoot.
Oh, it's MSCI.
The heck is MSCI?
MSCI is one of the indexes, I think.
But what's ACWI?
Well, I'm just saying it. The ACWI tends to follow that MSCI index.
Oh, I think it is global.
Because I want to say one of the vanguards that I was looking at followed the MSCI or whatever too. Yeah, I don't know. Shit. Gerry, we just, questions come up like that. We just look like we're, I look dumb. You just look smart. But
yeah, he's talking, it's an emerging market, mid-cap emerging market.
Thump's printing it. All Country World. All Country World. Okay. All Country World Index. Why wouldn't you just do the VT? Same thing, isn't it? I like Vanguard better. That one's iShares. I've always been a Vanguard supporter. I don't know why. I just have been. Not really a Fidelity person either. Do you like RSP? Do you know me? RSVP. Okay, wait, sorry, I can't sing. You need Matt Money on here to sing. Matt Money is a great singer, by the way. Maybe one day, still honing my skills for YouTube. No, you're pretty darn good. Yeah, Thursday night in the Discord chat, he literally pops on, and my freaking curtains, the background, the Sonos speaker that's sitting back right there, my my Mint Mister right there, it was all everything. He looked exactly the same. It was my freaking room, but it was his face. And I swear, he got me. He got me. I thought he went. I'm like, did you go out to Walmart and buy the same curtains? And I was about to laugh and say, oh, well, at least you don't have a Sonos speaker. And sure enough, there's a speaker in the back. I just didn't see it. It was my room.
That's creepy.
It was creepy. He got me. And he's getting all day tomorrow's middle fingers. I would recommend 80% VTI and a good international ETF. Yeah, VXUS, VWO. I agree with that.
Yeah. I
wouldn't do VT. I would do a VTI and kind of throw a little bit of emerging in there. 20% is kind of high maybe, but I honestly don't even know what the technical allocation is for the VT. That'd be kind of interesting to go through that just to see what they have allocation outside the US. But see, basic investor that didn't, yeah. I mean, no thinking there. You could get away with just straight VTI or VU as well and be fine.
Absolutely.
It'd make you a rich man or woman. No, that's a good point. Suffering and abuse from selling wars and being losers. Let's see here, Gerry. Kiss, keep it simple, smarty. Who said that? Did you say that?
I said that.
Oh.
I don't like to call people stupid.
Yeah,
on lives.
I like to say it.
Not on lives.
The thing is don't take anything I say, like get offended by anything I say. The people that really know me know that's just my personality. Working in federal for many years, working in the military, working government contracts. That's just the way you get. You know, you get very just. It's kind of an interesting sense of humor. Stock Ninjas knows what I'm talking about, but don't get offended by what I say. See, great point. You guys investing in an ETF instead of individual stocks. Yeah, completely agree. No, like I said, most of it just gets pushed for YouTube videos. Like I said, there's no video in just VTI. You know, could you do a weekly video on VTI? Hey, VTI is up $500 today.
Yeah, maybe YouTube Shorts.
Yeah, exactly. And I probably couldn't even fill out a 1-minute video. QQQs, SCHD, Noble. That's an interesting one. I haven't heard that name in a while. Yeah. Still got 2% yield. Yeah, I haven't looked at Noble in quite a while. That one actually was pretty popular for quite a while.
Yeah. I haven't done that one yet.
Have you done a video on that one?
I have not. And I'll be honest with you, the reason why is because I don't like it.
Wait, hang on a second. You didn't like the other one the other day at 35% yield.
Yeah, but I think Noble has a larger following, and I'd get probably a bunch of hate for saying I don't like Noble.
So it's dividend aristocrats. Honestly, it's up 16%. So that's actually not bad. I think there's some other ones that are up 20% this year, but why do you not like it? Let the cat out of the bag.
It's for what it is, I think it underperforms. Usually dividend aristocrats are just slow, no growth, kind of just steady. It's a good steady Eddie fund. Don't get me wrong. But it's not a huge it's really the dividend growth was a little bit dismal on it. What it is. Yeah, for what it is, it is. I thought it would be better. I thought it would be a great fund, but it's just a good fund.
It's outperforming Degro. And honestly, I mean, let's speak openly here, folks. 14% versus 20%, 16% versus 14%. We're splitting hairs here, folks, right? And some of these are up because they lack certain stocks. They like VYM is a good example. VYM lacks Microsoft. It lacks Apple. It lacks Starbucks. It lacks Home Depot. Those are some crucial stocks, right? So if VYM was outperforming Degro, which it was earlier this year, or SCHD as well, is because the NASDAQ was on a decline, right? Like we had the NASDAQ's kind of in trouble this year. So if you look at it that time frame, say, oh, well, VYM's better. You know what I mean? Like people could make that argument. VYM's better. Look at it right now. It's outperforming DGRO. It's outperforming SCHD. But you got to understand, why is it, right? It's missing these crucial stocks. The NASDAQ recovers. Guess what? Now VYM is underperforming some of those, right? So it's not apples to apples.
Yeah.
You know? And when it comes down to it, in my opinion, you're investing. That's what matters. Yeah. If you're invested in Noble, you're invested in HCHD, you're invested in DGRO, you're invested in VYM, in either one of those, not all of them, either one of those, I'd still give you a thumbs up, in my opinion.
Yeah, I like I said, Noble's a good fund, but I would not recommend it as a core holding. Like I wouldn't put it up against a DGRO or an SCHD. And the fact of the matter is, dividend aristocrats, you're not going to have probably any.
No Microsoft, no Apple.
You'll probably have IBM. That's it.
IBM.
So you're not having any tech in there. And I think as a core holding, I think that just kind of kicks it off to the side and makes it a small piece, right? You need something else besides.
Yeah, I mean, and Sky Investor's point here is not just Noble by itself, but
exactly.
Yeah,
exactly.
So they're not all created equal. That's basically what Gerry's saying here, and it's exactly the point I made as well. Run it against an ETF channel / overlap thing, and look at the top 10 holdings as well. Make sure freaking Comcast's not up there, but it's just they're not all created equal. Just because it says dividend in the name and all that, you would almost have to have either separate holding, because like VYM, I have VYM in my portfolio, but I have Apple and Microsoft and Home Depot and Realty Income along with Starbucks in my individual positions as well. So I'm covering that, right? So, but at the same time, like I said, if that's all you were in, you know what I mean? Like that's better than nothing. And honestly, I really, some people are going to give me hate for this. Maybe, I don't know, maybe not. I mean, 2%, 4%, like I just don't care, honestly. Like because you're never going to get the one that has the 4%. It's not going to go up 4% every year more than this one, right? So as long as you're performing close to what the market's performing, that's good enough. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know. Maybe people are going to disagree with that. 20 years investing, I've never even learned the concept of outperforming the market until I started my YouTube channel and I started hearing about it on other people's channels. It wasn't something I cared about. All that really matters is you're outperforming inflation. That's what really matters. Anyways, maybe people will disagree with that, but if you can outperform the market every year, more power to you. I don't think that's a bad thing at all. That's actually really good, but I'm not going to, I can outperform the market with options too. So, we'll see. Don't use RSP. I don't know what that is. Have you looked into ACI? Acidberry. What the hell is ACI, Gerry?
Albertsons
ACI?
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yeah, they just are re-IPO'd, I guess, recently. They used to be on public and then they weren't. Now they are. They did have pretty high premiums. I played it when it first came out. Made a couple $100 on it, but right now the premiums are not there, not what it was. And I think it's because it's a grocery chain. But when it first came out, I guess there was a bunch of doubt in them because
like Kroger or Albertsons better
for stock,
for options,
Kroger.
Okay.
Right now, as of right now, Kroger. Albertsons, the premium just got wiped away. I mean, I was getting $1.50 for a month out option trade for, I don't know, it was a couple of bucks out of the money, but now that same trade is like 40 cents. So
what? Because I was in Well, I mean, so I've invested in Kroger before. I actually bought Kroger stock at one point and all that, but it's so easy to get screwed. I mean, I don't know, get your mind screwed with, I guess is a better way to say it. I don't know. Stock twats, not twatter, stock twats. Stock twats, like that freaking site. Because, FinViz, if you pull a ticker up, stock twats is on the right. That's all stock twat stuff in there, by the way. You click on that, it'll bring you to stock twats. Well, there's so many different strategies that all these people are playing, but as soon as they get they're like short Kroger or something like that. Amazon's taking over. They're going bankrupt. You'll see so many stuff. It's so easy to like fall victim to that.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna lie. I've fallen victim to some of that stuff. I had a boatload of money in CVS back in like what 2019, like $200,000 or something at one point, and I was a big fan of. I knew CVS was going to pump up to like 60, or I'm not even going to charge. It was like 60 or something like that. It'd be a big money maker for me. And there's so many people in stock twats saying, "Oh, Amazon pill pack this, that," and it's like you can fall victim to that stuff so easily. So it's just noise.
Yeah, but ACI, I've shopped at Albertsons. They've gone away from my town, but I liked Albertsons as a grocery store. I liked Albertsons options for a couple months there, but they are on my watch list, and I do watch it and I look for opportunities.
Yeah, I grew up in California, so Albertsons was one of the number one. Safeway, Albertsons, Let me see, it wasn't Kroger.
Fries,
No, not
fries.
No.
Rayleigh's.
Yeah, Rayleigh's. Let's see, what's another one? Ralph's.
Lucky.
Yeah, Lucky's. Ralph. Thrifty's, Rite Aid. There was a bunch of those that gone too.
A lot of those brands are actually owned by Kroger. So.
Oh, really? Yeah. Fry's is gone, people. Sorry. Sorry, that was a Fry's grocery store, but this article on HRBR Reddit. Yeah, I don't know. I'm sorry. I don't fall victim to that stuff. The Reddit's like almost like a stock twats. It's actually gotten better. Reddit used to be a very, I don't know, trolly place. They've really cleaned that place up, though, over the last couple of years. It got cleaned up. UFC Go Knights. Sup, fellas?
He likes turtles.
What do you mean by that?
That's what he puts on my videos.
Jomer's in the house. I will have an $80,000 tax bill when I sell Tencent. I just need to set an exit point and stick to it. Yeah, rip that Band-Aid off. The thing is here, Gerry, you're probably going to agree with me. My gain would have never got to $80,000 to begin with.
Yeah, I can't do it.
I mean, literally, I woke up one day, had like $11,000 gain, and I think it was in Target, and it was sold pre-market immediately. You know what I mean? Like it was $80,000. Like, and you're thinking like, yeah, should I take my profit? No, I can get a little more. Like, you know what I mean?
Yeah, I'm not a buy and hold investor. I am not. I can't do it. I see 20% and I'm going.
20% would be tough. Jesus. And that's the reason why it's hard for me to hang on my let's see, I had Apple gain. Apple gain's over 100%. But I mean, it's Apple, right? I mean, not that I'm an Apple fan, but yeah, it's over 100%. Next closest one, I got HD at 77. Oh, wait, no, I take that back. Caterpillar, geez, 126% on Caterpillar. But it's not $80,000, folks. You know what I mean? Like $80,000, that should have been gone a long time ago. Just like my mom. I don't want to pay taxes on it. So she'll let it like just, it's up 200-300%. I don't pay taxes. It raises my Medicare. Mine didn't say a specific stock, but I'm assuming it was for Tesla. Yeah, so he's probably talking about the IBKR message that he got.
Yeah.
Nastygram. Is the market going to crash soon? Probably not. And what do you mean by crash? A 20% correction is not a crash. So, yeah, I don't know. What's a crash? Let's see here. Consensus is a rally, I think. Yeah. And Nusi thinks it's going to rally too, apparently. We have to pay me, Matt. Yeah, think it's caused I'm heavy in Mura. Let's see. Big mistake, got greedy, learning lesson. Yeah, that's how we all learn lessons. Hopefully, it's just not a big bite out of the cookie when you learn those lessons. Let's see here. Have to close for big. Ooh, close some of it or just take a chance. Mara, that's that one. Is that the miner or is that the?
I thought it was Bitcoin. Had something to do with Bitcoin.
That's the mining thing, the crypto mining thing, right?
Oh yeah. Well, here's the thing about this: is take your chance to have my initial margin increase. If you go overboard, they're not going to let it. Probably, they're going to sell off something to keep you from getting there, or you can put money in.
That's the best thing to do, actually, is put money in, because it takes a while for the money to get in there. Put that money in there, put yourself in a good situation to get out of it. I mean, you guys have been promoting Mara on here for the last several weeks, and I've probably talked about it, a month ago, or even it could have been longer. I don't know. It's come up on this channel a lot, or in the stream, and I've probably torn apart every single time. That doesn't help your situation, but yeah, I don't know. What's your strike? He didn't say what his strike was, did he? Was he assigned? Yeah, I don't know. Was this an options play or was this common that you took?
Looks like it's dropped almost 50% from last month.
Yeah, but it's sitting right at that 30 area where it's got support.
Yeah, I can see that.
In a channel. So it could sit there, but I mean, the thing is, I just wouldn't touch the stock, period. That's me, I just don't touch stuff like that. Not when it's up 4,500% in a year. You're just cruising for a bruising. That's what we used to say growing up. Yeah, but you're in the Discord, so keep us informed with what's going on there. Hey, dude. Every week, Cody. Every single week. Yeah. How's that Neo working out for you, Cody? Just curious. And she just made a video. Let's see here. Covered calls or rental property? Well, Gerry, why don't you talk first in that one?
Me? Covered calls all day long. I'm not unplugging a toilet at midnight.
Let me see. I had 2 rental properties for better half of a decade, both for over a decade, and I never got called out to unplug a toilet. So,
what'd you get called out for?
I never got called out in the middle of the night for anything. I had to. I mean, there's a lot of work I had to do. Don't get me wrong, but nothing about emergency at night or something like that. So, so cover calls is interesting. If I could say, is it cover calls or rental property? Cover calls is tough. Like you can't.
It is.
You know what I mean? Like I'd rather just have a cover call to ETF because it's so much less work. The rental properties, I'm done. I stick a fork in me. I am literally raw inside. I do not want to have rental properties ever again in my life. It's not my cup of tea anymore. I made good money, $150,000 to $200,000, I think I made in the decade or whatever, which isn't bad because I bought it, I bought one right during 2011, and the other one was, had to go through the up and down, but good money. I'm not going to lie. It was good money, but no more. No, stocks all the way for me. Options and stocks all the way.
Yeah, I'm a renter, so I
Me too.
talk to my landlord quite a bit, and I would not want to deal with what he deals with, especially right now. No way.
And just, I think I've mentioned this before. There's no exit strategy for rental properties. Zero exit strategies. Well, I take that back. There is one good exit strategy, but it does not. It's not an easy life. It's moving from house to house, living it for 2 years, and then move to the next one. Living it for 2 years. Meet that 2 to 5 year rule thing, which Biden I think is trying to get rid of, by the way. So he's trying to close all those things, which could screw everybody. You have to take them to the grave. That's the only way to get out of them. They're trying to get rid of passing the cost basis off and all that stuff too. So yeah, definitely think about your exit strategy. To me, I'm in real estate notes. You talking about just having checks show up in your mailbox, or technically it's in your bank account every single month? Real estate notes. I don't have to clean toilets. I don't get calls at night. I don't have to worry about paying back depreciation recapture. Let's see, paying tax on the capital gains, paying stupid freaking real estate agents that get paid way too much money when the whole market's completely changed. So easy to sell a house now. Still paying them 6%. Dave, can have me monthly? Yeah, I don't know. Hope you're free. Let's see. What is the best strategy that made you the most money in with options? CSPs by far. Naked puts or cast secure puts by far.
Yep, absolutely.
Covered calls could be okay, but it's normally you're not like. In my case, I wasn't trying to get rid of anything I own because I didn't want the capital appreciation to be realized. So you have to be very, picky and when you do it and all that, and hope it doesn't go on a major run. I don't want to deal with any of that anymore either. That's why I'm in Devo. That's why I'm in some of these cover call ETFs. It does it for me. I don't have to deal with that. Is that the best option for everybody here? Probably not. It is for me because of where I'm at in my retirement life and planning and all that. But you definitely could cap your gains by doing something like that. So it's not like a end all be all strategy. Yeah, here's the turtle comment. Join the best option Discord in the world. Yeah. I don't know which link that is. It's not my link, but I've been looking at the links on the back end of the Discord just to see where people are coming in from. And a lot of people are coming in from the link I've been sending out. A lot of people just hit the link that you sent out too, Gerry. And a ton of people hit Randy's Facebook group link and came in from there, like 200 people. So we're up over 550. I don't like to call members, just users in there, because members sounds like they're paying to be there. They're not paying there. It's free, folks. All right. So just log in there, check it out for a week. There's a lot of experience in there. Lots of new people join. The average about 5 to 10 people join every single day to that Discord. And we're going to keep it running and do Randy proud. So what's up, y'all? Hey, Richard Room. His name is Richard, one of the two.
I believe it's Richard.
What's that?
I believe it's Richard.
Yeah. Well, it could be Rich too. He's rich.
Well, same thing. He could be Rich.
Richie Rich. I used to watch that when I was a kid. Petered out. Petied out. I don't know. Well, I think Frank's in the same boat. And Frank, I don't see him in here, but Frank's in the same boat. Investing Sensei's in the same boat. They literally got into these, Neo / what else, Gerry? What else did they get in? Neo, I don't know if it's Piton, but the Neos of the world. Let's just call it that.
Yeah.
And they're stuck. They're literally stuck now. They can't sell covered calls. Matter of fact, Cody, you just responded to me and said you're selling below your cost basis now to make money. So that's the issue with wheeling in general. Wheeling's it's a flawed strategy. You have to be. It's a stock picker. If you're going to wheel something, you definitely have to be strategic in what stocks you do it on. Otherwise, you're going to run into the same issue you're running into right now.
I think it's a tricky situation because if you're selling options, right, you're selling puts, right, on a stock that is just skyrocketing, it usually ends up in a bad way. I just, when I see a chart that's going up and to the right, all like consistent, and it was never like that previously, I get nervous from those. I don't like them at all.
Pandemic plays.
And then especially if everybody and their brother is talking about it.
And Neo is even more susceptible to whatever comes out of China. Whatever Xi Jinping, I think it's Xi Jinping, that's how you pronounce it. But whatever he wants to do, and they screw with their currency all the time over there. So you're at the liberty of whatever they want to do. Let's see here. What's up, fellas? Dark Dividend. We got Golden Boy here. CMS. You got to take me for a ride in your Z06 or whatever the heck you're going to get, or whatever you already own. How much can VTI make and cover calls monthly? That's an interesting one. Gerry, what's the answer to that?
Not a whole lot.
Yeah, very little.
A lot.
Don't even do it. It's not even worth it.
Yeah, Vanguard ETFs are kind of pretty much horrible as far as options are concerned on the call side and the put side.
What's the equivalent to? Is it iShares? Who does this? That's the SPY. Who does the SPY? Do they do a VTI equivalent?
Not that has any volume that I know of.
You're screwed. Yeah, I mean, don't even do it, Golden Boy. It's just like you have to get super aggressive to probably make anything, and then you're gonna be tested all the time, And it's like it's just not even worth it. Yeah, for VTI, for SP 500, SPY has got some great premium.
Yeah,
you want to do SPY? That's a good one.
SPY, QQQ, DIA, IWM.
But Gerry, is SPY? Who holds SPY though? They mostly always hold VOO. Is it expensive to hold SPY?
It's a little bit more than Vanguard. I think it's 0.12 versus Vanguard's 0.08 or something like that.
Well, no,
it's a little bit.
It's 0.03. I think.
Is it 0.03? Oh yeah, you're right. It's a little bit. It's a little bit more. But if you're gonna want to do options, that's your only choice. You don't do it with VOO or VTI. It just does. It's not worth it.
No, definitely SPY if you're going to do that. And I do SPYs all the time. They're a money maker for me. I like them. You guys like PEY? You did. I think you did a video on that one, didn't you?
Yeah, I got a video on it. I think it's decent. It's nothing to write home about.
What's the premise behind that one?
I like it better than SPHD. SPHD just goes for yield, and I think PEY goes for yield and has a 10-year dividend increase requirement. So it has a better quality screen. Has a slightly better quality screen than SPHD.
Apple would probably be in there. I think
Microsoft. No, none of that. It's more utilities because they're looking for high yield. So you're not going to get.
Okay, yeah, shit. So I thought you said 10-year like consecutive increases or something, but Money. Let's see. Matt Money is the songbird of our generation. Man, he could put you to sleep with some of the serenading that he did, especially last night. 2JZ and a Tesla. Yeah, exactly. That's hilarious. Or you can just have speakers in a Tesla that sounds like a 2JZ. Let's see here. The refrigeration room. Let's see, VTI is better for everyone. That's a bombastic comment. No, I'm just that's a flamboyant comment. Let's see here. VTI is better for everyone. Yeah, it's a great freaking ETF. Like VT Sax, it's a great one too, right? All those like the Vanguard and the Fidelity equivalent, right? And the Vanguard's, Admiral shares was even better, but it's not as even good anymore. But great ETFs for buy and hold and just set and forget for a life. J&J is the best stock of all time. I kind of agree, actually. That would be a stock I would take to my cremation. You like that one, Gerry?
That one's good. That works.
Let's talk about Johnson & Johnson. It's not my joke, because I'm not going to get buried. So let's see here. I'm offended by everyone Dave says. Everything Dave said, yeah. Well, why do you sub to me, Cody? Let's see here. Let's see. Yeah, I get the middle. I gave you the middle finger one time. All good.
Hey, she enjoyed it.
She trolled us, all of us, not just me. We all got into something, and then she comes in there and gets a way better price than we all got. We all gave her a middle finger. So
She feels like she belongs now.
yeah, exactly. I think yeah, my middle finger it's beyond Thumper at this point. It goes to every one of you now. And it's all a joke, folks. Noble is solid.
I agree.
Wait, didn't you just disagree? Like 10
No,
minutes?
I said it was a good fund,
Okay, gotcha.
but I don't like it.
Wait, hang on a second here. Noble is solid. Okay, yeah, I get what you're saying there. You don't like Noble. Yeah. No, I get what you're saying. Because something can be solid, you just don't like it, right?
Yeah.
I get it. That's fine. You guys keep it real and make a great combo. Hey, thanks for that. We were separated at birth. What equals dividend with a bunch of dollar signs there, Gerry. I didn't get any this weekend. I don't think I got anybody saying, "Are you going to add QLD? Do you not like QLD? What about QLD?" I don't think I got any of those. I did got a lot of QLDs in the comments, but I don't think I got any of those questions. So that's pretty good. I did get the standard Barry, but
Yeah. You know, I got someone hammering me on QILD right now as we speak, actually. Kind of funny.
So that's kind of so QLD, honestly, I think Gerry started the trend. I'm not going to lie. Gerry started the trend on that. And it started getting pushed by some bigger YouTubers. And it's just like, it became like an obsession to those dividends that pop in monthly. And it's like 12% yield. But it was nothing really, they didn't look at the flaws to it at all, I think. You know, there is some flaws to it. That is troublesome. That's the reason why I don't own it right now. Will I own it in the future? Perhaps. I might actually. But it's not going to be a big substantial portion of my portfolio. But I'm thinking maybe a small position. Well, it'll be small relatively compared to how big the portfolio will be. That'll make sense.
I think what trips people up about QILD is they look at its surface level, right? It says NASDAQ 100, whatever, covered call fund. And they're like, ooh, it's the NASDAQ 100. You know, I'm getting 12% from NASDAQ stocks when you're really not, right? If you really dig into it, you're really not. So I think that's what trips people up because they think they're investing in the NASDAQ or that QILD actually follows the NASDAQ. It doesn't follow that index at all whatsoever. So I think that trips people up. You know, they try to compare QILD with QQQQ, and it's a completely unfair comparison because they're completely different ETFs. So it got legs. It grew legs. QILD definitely grew legs.
You grew some legs.
I didn't mean to.
Miracle growed it. It's okay. Like, I just don't want people to exactly make the wrong assumption behind it. It should not be a core holding. It should not be like the number one holding in your portfolio.
Exactly.
You know, I mean, if you want to get into it and get out, like get a big bang for your buck, I mean, maybe, but I mean, here's it's the cash flow, but loses all exactly. You know, it does underperform. It does cap your gains. You know, I like your theory of, you know, taking 80%, spending it or reinvesting if you were going to, and then take that 20% and reinvest back into it. Because here the thing is like in the last month or so, maybe a little longer than a month, premium has dried up. What about all these freaking covered call ETFs or even Newsy the caller? All those premiums got hounded by those premiums too. You think it's just us? All those ETFs aren't like special. Hey, you know what? You guys get more premium because you're ETFs. No. I probably will make a video talking about my strategy with my ETFs, maybe this week, next week, and I don't know. We'll see. I don't know how well that's going to go over, Gerry. Stock twats. Yeah, it is kind of stock. It's just people pumping. Exactly. That's exactly what it is. It doesn't matter. It could be like the best stock in the world, and somebody will come in there and come up with some freaking bear case saying it's going to zero. A message was decoded. Hint. I don't know what that is. You know what that is, Gerry?
No. Oh, I think that's the Elon Musk thing. Character or something. I just looked it up. Saturday Night Live.
Saturday Night Live?
Yeah, I don't watch that stuff.
That was pretty funny, actually. Why didn't Bill Gates get a prenup? Because he got the most important thing. He got a contract to go see his ex-girlfriend instead. That's more important. Right? He had that was in his contract to be able to go see his ex-girlfriend. Well, I don't know what they were doing, but you can only imagine. But anyways, Melinda Gates or whatever, and freaking Bezos' ex or whatever, best investors in the world. Let's see, check out Living with Lucci's video. What's that? I'm not following any of this, Jared.
No, I'm kind of not really either.
Oh my God. I'm not following any of this. Like I said, though, I'm definitely not the sharpest tool in the shed. Let's see here. I try to print like everyone here. Matt, come on. Come on, Cletus. Come on, Cletus. You're dude, 29 years old. You're about to turn 30, going on 50, but you're literally what? $870,000 freaking dollars as a 29-year-old. Come on, Cletus.
That's insane.
I was zero net worth, basically flat at 35 years old. Okay? So you are, I want to be like you. All right? Join the Discard. Don't be lame. Gee, don't shame them. Don't shame them to join here. No, seriously, join, folks. Cost you nothing. You want to learn about options? You want to change the rest of your life, the trajectory, how quickly you can gain wealth in a relatively quick / safe manner? Options. Selling premium. Put all those risks in the people that are buying. I call them dumbasses. All those dumbasses buying that premium. Because they kind of are in a way, but unless they're right. Let's see here. I have a decent net lick right now and not much in danger, but okay. Email threatening to me increase. Do you have portfolio margin, or are you on just margin T? I think it's margin T.
Reg T.
Yeah, Reg T. Let's see. Yeah, so I think portfolio margin is 6-1. Sometimes it's 4-1. I think in IB it's 6-1, but Reg T is 4-1. So, yeah, I don't know. Maybe things will go up tomorrow. I'll give you some room to maneuver. I don't know about like I don't know how many positions you have on. You could take stuff off. You could put more money in. You have some moves you could do. I could add more. Exactly. It takes 4. Yeah, exactly. There's a ways to get it in there right away. You could just do a wire, get it in there immediately, pay the $20 or whatever it is. That's better than getting liquidated and losing thousands, right? $20 is worth it, in my opinion. So you maybe just want to wire it in. It's just an index maker. Yeah, exactly. Blah, 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 blah. Yeah, I've heard that index. I did a view. Yeah, We're Stanley is owned by what? Did you know that, Gerry?
No. Mitsubishi is weird. They got a lot of different stuff, man. They're like all
like
over
Honda.
the place.
Yeah, it's like Honda.
Yeah.
They got generators, got lawnmowers, they got what else they got? Honda freaking
They got
motorcycle. I mean,
Mitsubishi's got like batteries and electronics and cars and yeah, they're just everywhere. Finance, I think they got banks over there or something like that.
I went and worked in Kuwait for a while, and they have Pajeros. They're called Pajeros over like in the Middle East and different countries. They have cars over there that are kind of the same cars we have here, but they have different names, right? Mm-hmm. I think the Pajero is very similar to like the Montero or something here. You know what I mean? But honestly, even like some of the Nissan cars, like it's called a Patrol, if I'm not mistaken, over there when I was working in Qatar. And I'm like, what the hell they have here that's the same? They have the same car here. It's a different name. It's
just a
pretty
different
interesting.
badge. Yeah, just like down in Mexico, the Ford F-150 is the Lobo. It's not an F-150; it's a Lobo.
That's pretty funny, actually. Oh man, but the Pajero, I love that freaking car. Mitsubishi, and I'm like, God, why can't they freaking have this in the U.S.? They have all the better cars. In Australia, they actually have a flatbed. It's a flatbed two-seater sedan. It's got a flatbed in the back, though. It's in Australia.
Interesting.
I think I have a picture of one. So, same, but different. Richard.
It's kind of like
You go
me.
by Dick, though, right? I mean,
Yeah.
people might call you Dick, but maybe you don't go by that, right? Let's see here. He just goes by Rich because I think I've watched a lot of his podcasts. Sorry, I've never commented though. Good options ETFs are XYL and XLK.
XLY.
You know what, Rich? I think you've been getting into options because I've watched some of your podcasts. Matt Money is on there. I think you had Alex on there. Some other people as well. You're doing options. Why don't you come on one of our streams?
Yeah. I think I've seen him on Instagram. I think I follow him on Instagram. I think so too.
Come on one of our streams. Tell us your story about options. Yeah, he's interviewed quite a few people with options too. Let's see, Larry Messa. Let's see, good options ETFs are X. You know what? I'm going to look at those two. Those are sector ETFs, though, right?
Yeah, there's the sectors, all the X's. Good place to look at for some beginning options people. Go with if you're beginning, probably go with like XLU. It's a good learning one because it's the utility sector.
Yeah.
Slow moving, low premium, but you can get the,
Maybe that's why I don't do them.
Yeah.
Not that I'm like, me, I'm not like, I like to get premium out there working for me, but, if it's not worth it, I got to put a bunch of contracts on to make any money out of it,
Yeah, it really depends. All the X's, the Spider ETFs, of course, you're going to get more premium out of the XLK, which is technology, and the XLY, which I believe is consumer discretionary.
Financials.
Financials suck. Utilities suck.
Wow.
Yeah, they suck bad. Bad. Like ugly.
Let's see here. Nusi and Nusi.
He means Nusi and Jeppy.
Nusi and Nusi sounds some sort of attorney group or something.
Or it could have been like
Nusi and Nusi. If you have it's like.
Or I could see it being like a 70s comedy show sitcom or something.
That's true. Sanford and Sons.
Yeah.
Let's see. Nusi and Nusi as a small position in 60-year-old retirement strategy.
He's saying Nusi and Jeppy. He corrected himself down below.
Would you recommend a safety concern at all? Nusi and Jeppy as small position in a 6-year-old. Oh, okay. I see what he's saying. I am in both. Yeah, he did correct it down there. Sorry. No, I'm in both. And for me, I don't know your situation, right? You're a 60-year-old. You could have like $5 million in the bank. I don't know. You know what I mean? You had a lot more time, right? So with $5 million, I'm just using that example, right? $5 million or whatever, then you don't even need any of those, income ETFs like that. You stick all your freaking money in VTI or VU and live off that interest, right? But if you have let's not call it a mediocre because it's not mediocre. Let's call it an average retirement for the U.S., right? I think it's still in less than $1 million, right? Then you might have to do something like that, right? To boost up the income to live off of. And my plan is, and I'm going to do a video on it. My plan is to have a pretty substantial amount of money in Nusi, Jeppy, Devo, and VYM, maybe a little bit of money in QYLD as well to boost up the monthly income. I don't really necessarily need the monthly per se. It helps, but helps manage. But that's a mental thing. I'm going to retire early. I'm going to retire in my 40s. So that's a mental block for me to get over that hump. You know what I mean? So that will take care of all of my, food, shelter, whatever. Prostitutes. Just kidding. So it'll take care of all that stuff. You know what I mean? And I don't have to worry about any of that. I can sleep well at night. And then as that's going to start producing more money than I probably need eventually, the portfolio will grow. And then I can start kind of bleeding that off slowly but surely over the next 20 or 30 years. And, leave with a big U-Haul, probably. But that's my plan anyway. So for a 6-year-old, depending on how much money you got, if you have your minimum expenses of $30,000 to live, then put some money in there to get that $30,000. And then the rest stick in some solid investments. That's not a good way to say it. Put in other investments that are more traditional, I guess, is a better way to say it. What about you, Gerry? What would you do here? You're 60 years old. Let's say you had $700,000.
Jeez, I don't know. I really don't know.
I always put Gerry in the spot.
Yeah, you're putting me on the spot
Let me
here.
tell you, folks, what's going through his mind right now. Right? What's going through his mind right now is, okay, I got an RV I got to buy. How much am I going to spend on that? That's what's going through his.
That's exactly what's going on, because I'm thinking, okay, I can do this. I can do this or that. I really end up, say, a net 500,000, right? What am I going to do?
Exactly. Oh my! I can propose for that.
But man. I mean, this question's tough, right? Because we don't know the whole picture. So, as a small position, like what Dave says, do you need to do that? That's really what you need to look at. Is it going to are you wasting the money by putting it in there? And what I mean by that is the opportunity cost going to mess you up, depending on where you're at, right? Because also, you're talking about NUSI as a small position. What's the other part? Is it, 10% NUSI, 90% bonds? That's going to be
that's a problem.
That would be an issue, right? So, as far as safety concerns, I don't see any safety concerns with NUSI, to be honest with you. Crash protection is there. JEPI, the crash protection is not there, but apparently it hasn't been tested, but apparently they go with lower volatility stocks in there. So I don't see any big concerns there.
We were just talking about NUSI last night, by the way, and NUSI is just performing kind of strangely so far this year, and it's underperformed QQQ, and it's supposed to, but it's kind of underperforming in a little bit different way. Of course, they had some pretty tight collars on there, especially on the downside, but right now, they have a 10% down, I think, move, so that should lighten it up a little bit, but it just hasn't followed the QQQ as much as I thought it would. I thought it'd be, I know it's not going to be as good, but I didn't think it'd be down as much as it is, if that makes any sense. Let's see here. NUSI and JEPI as a small position. What?
That's the same thing. Yeah, it was duplicated.
Gerry, when you say you're not a buy and hold investor, do you just go all in with options? I'm thinking to do the same. Yeah, he's in a different boat, folks. He's trying to build his options account up so he can make money to live off of. So, I'm sure when his options account gets too big to fail, he'll just, go into some dividend stocks.
If I ever get there. So at the moment, why I say I'm not a buy and hold investor is because the past 3 years, I've switched in and out of stocks, I've switched in and out of strategies and things like that. I was never good sticking with one thing. The options thing allows me to do that. Allows me to be me, right? And allows me to satisfy that, I'm taking profit right now. I'm taking profit today. I'm taking profit tomorrow. I'm taking profit, 20 days out of 22 days in the month for the most part, right? So that really satisfies somebody that can't sit and watch an investment, right?
Me?
That being said, I'm about 80% right now only in options. 20% is in Degro, Nusi, and QQQM, little bit of QQQJ. That's a very small portion of actual dollars. And but I want to build that up. So as soon as the options account gets enough to where I can actually live on it and contribute to the ETFs, then things will start balancing itself out, right? So do I see myself being in options forever? Yeah, I actually do. But like Dave says, he has a limit, right, to where he doesn't think he needs to do so much in the options account, right? Why have $1 million options account when you don't utilize it, right? If you're not going to utilize it.
Trying to manage that, Gerry.
Yeah, but you wouldn't even utilize it because it's like, okay, here I made 10 grand.
I'd probably be like 15% buying power used or something like that.
Exactly. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. It's like you got all this money unutilized, so you have to really shift that money into like you said, traditional investments, so that it you have that balance. Get income from options that you're living on, funneling some into traditional investments that will grow as you get older. So,
yeah, I think that it depends on your situation. I mean, even Randy, was transitioning a lot of money out of options to build up a coma portfolio. So, and that's before, even his health started to decline the last, few months or whatever. But he's like started to transition money out of there because he wanted that coma money too. So it's just once your portfolio, your options account gets too big, it can be really tough to manage all those positions. We don't know anybody. We don't know anybody in the community yet that has $1 million options account.
mm-mm.
I mean, are we controlling $1 million? Yeah. We have 4-to-1 margin, right? So if you have over $250,000, that's $1 million you're controlling technically. But, I mean, I think Randy's like $1.6 million he can control.
Yeah.
But, imagine having $1 million portfolio. I don't know any of the options that has that yet. So I'd be kind of curious to hear from some of those people to see what they're doing. But what's up, guys? Late to the party. We'll watch the replay. Happy Mother's Day to all the mothers. Yeah, you're just in time. So yeah, go back and watch the replay. Good night, gents. See you, Damien. See here. Super awesome live. Yeah, all good. So that's past your bedtime. Let's see here. Ladies and gentlemen, it's always a prenup. Get a prenup. Why do ladies need a prenup?
Is he even married?
Who? Gerry, your voice got low. Or I'm sorry, got high. Let's see here. What? Well, I guess you Melinda Gates and whatever the freaking Bezos. Yeah, I'm glad they didn't get a prenup, huh? Richest women in the world now. Let's see here. And guess what? Not only are they the richest women in the world now, after taking half, the men are still the richest guys in the world.
Yeah, so what does it matter?
Yeah. Too much money, folks. Silver Prezzatto. Yeah, Peugeot. I don't know if it was silver. I can't remember if it was silver. Beautiful car, though. I loved it. Erifjan Camp. No, I wasn't Erifjan. I was at Deed. Oh, wait. No, you're talking about... Sorry, that's Asalea. No, you're talking about Kuwait. Yeah, I was Erifjan. Let's see here. Regular margin in Canada. Oh, yeah. See, I wish I could get portfolio margin only available. Yeah. So he's using IB, I think. Regular margin. I wish I could get, so he can't get portfolio margin. That's interesting. I didn't know that. That's good to know, Gerry.
Canada's weird about that kind of stuff.
Yeah, Canada is weird.
Their investing thing is just, it's interesting.
Yeah, we don't know all the laws. So that's where we kind of rely on like members and stuff like that are up in there that know more about those areas than we do. Like our Kuwait pal here that knows way more than we do about being over there versus over here, right? So, okay, you mentioned you're going to get a bunch of ETI on Gen X Discord. I don't know who he's talking about. Might have been talking to Golden Boy here. Maybe Vu. Yeah, time flies. Let's see here. Over 30. I'm saying it's like a lot of chat going back and forth here.
Yeah, I'm going down. There's really not a whole lot of questions there,
How did
Dave.
you get banned? I don't know. Fart in the wind. Let's see. Or you just left. Oh, I got banned. Let's see. Sky Investor. Are you Sky? No. Good question. I didn't. I'm there. He's there. What are you talking about, folks? He's about Cletus. He's there. We're getting down to the end. And
Yeah.
so it is getting late. 2 hours and 30 minutes. Let's see. Is there any more here? Hello. I saw it subs, but I think it's just a lot of banter back and forth.
Yep. All the way down it is.
Looks like la. Yeah, well, yeah, that's what I'm talking about. Didn't you listen to me, Cody? I'm not talking about options. I'm not talking about dividends. I'm not talking about options plus dividends. I'm talking about strictly an options account. I don't know of anybody in our community, let alone on YouTube in general. I'm sure like Tasty Works or Tasty Trade and all them. I mean, who knows? What their size of the account is. I don't know anybody. So if anybody knows anybody with $1 million account that has a YouTube channel, options account, by the way, that's selling premium, not buying it. Can you imagine? Oh, wait, Meet Kevin's doing it. So that doesn't count. Meet Kevin's buying a bunch of premium. GW, do you consider yourself to have paper hands or diamond hands? He's got option hands.
Yeah. What does that mean? I got option hands.
I got premium hands.
I'm rolling profits daily. So
here, let's be honest here. I don't even know what diamond hands is. It just sounds.
I don't either.
Do you know what diamond hands is?
I really don't. I think what I think it is diamond hands is you're holding a losing stock and not letting go. That's what I think it is.
Interesting. I like that. That's so basically what diamond hands is somebody going out with a Titanic.
Yeah.
Okay. Titanic hands. I don't know. IBKR, do you guys after closing? No, not if you have over 25K.
Yeah.
A standard margin T account or whatever the heck it's called.
Correct.
Me, Kevin is running. Yeah, I heard that too. Lydia was telling us about that. But Bruce Jenner's running too. Loan me $1 million. You know what? Maybe I should just not loan them. Like, here, you trade my money, get me a big return. You know what I mean? You think Thumper would do it for me?
Probably not.
Yeah,
that's too. It's totally different. It's totally different going for using someone else's money.
$13,000 or what? A screenshot he posted the other day with being down. Times that by like 15 or something.
Yeah, screw that.
Yeah, options hands for the win. Exactly. Matt Freddy. I do have 25 SPY leaves for. Oh, okay. So that'd be an interesting one there. Depends on the strike too. You could almost PMCC that, I suppose.
Yeah. You can do it on SPY, for sure.
So he's got $1 million portfolio, or what? Covered for about $1 million. Yeah. 25 leaps. Well, is he talking about the leaps covering that's $1 million basically?
Yeah.
A lot less manpower.
Probably.
Yeah, I don't know. I wouldn't do it. That's not something I would do. Just because, I mean, he's bullish, right? I mean, to me, I don't like the expiry. I don't like, if I'm going to buy a leap, it's going to not be a boatload of money because I don't like that time decay working against me. I want it working in my favor, but I would never sell 25 SPY leaps going out to 2023, right? Like, it's just not something we're doing. But yeah,
wait,
that's an interesting one.
You sell them or buy them?
I'm assuming he bought them. He didn't post in there.
Yeah.
That was only like 2 minutes ago. Oh, there's average strike price. Did you buy them or sell them? Sell to open or buy to open? Tell us. We're inquiring minds want to know now, including Carrie. Are you in the Discord, by the way? Matt, Freddie? He bought. Okay, so he bought it. He bought premium. Yeah, so he's super bullish. I mean, I don't know what the exit strategy is here, but like that's diamond nuts. That's not diamond hands. That's diamond nuts.
What's SPY at right now?
3 something?
Well, yeah. There's a big range there, Dave.
Yeah. 422. Okay, it's being 3.
Oh, okay.
Jesus.
So his strike is 340. Depends on when he bought it too, right?
So wait, he's trying to reduce the well, it depends on when he bought it. You're right. Probably he couldn't have bought it more than, that long ago, because the 2023 hasn't been out that long, right?
Yeah. He said he cashed out some.
My guess is that he went on a low strike just to remove the intrinsic value.
Yeah, sounds like it.
You doing PMCC? I got a feedback. Is that me?
I think so. I'm not up.
Oh, wait. What the hell? Where's that coming from? That's odd. I guess that means that we're done. Is it gone?
I think so. You got it?
No, I got feedback. I don't know where that's coming from. Anyways, we'll call it here because I can't deal with that. It's not going to work with me. Join the Discord. Yeah, I don't know where that's going.
I'm turned as far down as I can. I don't hear it.
Hello? It's gone.
There we go.
Must have been you. All right. Well, I mean, let me get to the last part of the questions here. Sorry, everybody. Yeah. So training someone. I still hear a little bit. Let's see here. That's odd. Trading someone else's money for a different ball game. Yeah, I totally understand. You're definitely going to be a lot less aggressive with it. So it was going to screw with your strategy for sure. I bought. Okay, so yeah, I would like to hear more about this. Just curious. Buying that much premium, going out that far. Like to me, I think you're going to be fine. Like I think the SPY is going to go up. It's just I don't like that DK working against me. It's just me. The 25 contract's quite a bit of money too. Why you don't transfer the dividend stocks to IB and use? Oh yeah, bad idea. And the reason why you don't want to do that, and a couple of us here learned this, by the way. When you get in a bad situation where there's like a margin call situation going on, they can liquidate your dividend stocks too, and they probably will. So do you want them to have access to that, to liquidate that capital or those dividend stocks, causing possibly something that has like a big gain in it to be, a realized gain, right? Like I'd keep them separated. To me, it's just not worth it.
Or a big loss, because they don't choose what's advantageous to you.
No. What I would say is, if you have a dividend portfolio and you're trying to on the fence about an options account or something like that, like depends on how old you are. Like, that's not like a value girl. Like. I mean, so you technically, if you have a lot of time left, maybe the dividend portfolio is something like put it on the back burner, build it out, but like concentrate on your options account first. I don't know. Yeah, maybe I'm wrong. Gerry's got almost all options. I got both, but if I was like Thumpers, Thumpers pretty old. Thumpers like all in. He's literally all in on options.
Yeah, right? He is pretty much.
Basm is all in on options. He sold almost all of his dividend stock, or all of them. He's making too much money. I made a video on it. Dividends are for chumps, right? Dividend investing for chumps. Now, it wasn't against dividend investing. I have a dividend portfolio. But if I sold that dividend portfolio, 480-some thousand, 490 or something now, and did options with that, I can make way more money than what I make in the dividend portfolio. But anyways, that's a tough one. Well, we're down to the end, Gerry. Trying to have money app sounds. So that's cool. So he kind of removed a lot of extrinsic value, maybe, to be able to do PMCCs too. So that's kind of cool. Does pineapple belong? No, hell no, it does not belong. It does not belong in pizza.
I love it. Ham and pineapple, baby.
No, what belongs in pizza is prosciutto, freaking bacon, ham, chicken, salami, pepperoni. That's all that belongs on a pizza. Okay. And garlic. I still love my dividend portfolio. Yeah, me too. You can use margin only against 25. Yeah, it was 25%. Yeah, I'm at like 37 right now. When a stock like ABC already undervalued drops close to 10, yeah, I don't know. How do you feel about selling puts at the money, one money out, or one? I don't know what ABC is, Gerry.
Is that Amerisource Healthcare? Oh yeah, I don't. A company like that. That's is that a large cap? 24 billion is large cap, right?
Shit.
Yeah, I don't know. It's had a big run up, but it looks like it's flattened out here. So,
Well, yeah, I don't know much about that one. UFC Go Knights. What's the stock?
ABC, Amerisource Virgin Healthcare.
ABC. You know me. Let's see here. ABC. Yeah, get feedback, Gerry. Yeah, I mean, it seems like it's not like a piece of shit, It's solid. I mean,
I don't know about one at the money though.
oh no, hell no. I'd probably want to be at like the 97 level. It's probably no premium. That's always everyone I bring up my like strike I'd be at, like it probably busts everybody. Like, what the hell's he doing? Like, just look at a chart. That's where I would want to be on that. At the worst case, like I'd probably go to the 105. I doubt there's premium down there at 105, but
No, there's really not. You got to be at the 110s out to about June 18th.
down at the bottom, folks, let's call it a night. Happy Mother's Day to everybody out there. Happy not a Mother's Day to the non-mothers. Randy, hope you should be feeling better now. Obviously, you have to deal with all that nonsense you were dealing with over the last several months. And we'll miss you. We'll take care of the Discord for you.
Yep.
And we'll carry on the torch, teach some people, what you kind of started and, what you were passionate about and all that too. So, hey, everybody, thanks for joining. Go ahead and join the Discord. It's free. Lots of knowledge in there. Go ahead and check out Gerry's ETF channel. Check out Thumpers' channel as well. He's doing options videos. I don't really do much options videos. Maybe I'll get into them. I don't know. But anyways, folks, we'll see you next week. Gerry?